think because a lot of the conversation last time when we were doing lists, we were talking about success mattering. We were talking about
you
artistry.
You can hate Elliott all day. I don't put y'all niggas in my categories. I'm sorry. I'll clean it up. You okay hate me all day. I don't put those guys in my categories. My categories, again, Elliott's not here to be beloved. And that's, to me, the beloved rappers, right? Lyrical Miracle, he's beloved. He's hit his bars. He's the best rapper. He's the best rapper. That's skills. That's beloved. I'm about data. I'm about stats, hard tickets, hard sales, microphone to tear you down in the bigger stage, not the smaller stage where you're Lyrical Miracle. So if we do my list, those guys will never be in my list that way.
Did
they make your list?
You want to name?
Which list? Who?
Is Black Thought number 4 on your list?
No.
He's too thick. So
I don't listen to none of them people.
But you've seen, you've had radio freestyles. You've seen.
No, I know.
people.
I know who can rap, but I don't necessarily.
So it doesn't matter.
I don't actually care. I'm listening for songs. I go to, like Ellie was saying. I mean, I guess I agree with him. Like,
you can agree with me, Hed. It's okay, man.
when I
King, we can agree on something, King.
Let's go.
I'm not a fool.
11:48 a.m. on Wednesday. Elliott and DJ Hed have agreed on the bigger picture.
Hey, King, we could be aligned, King. 2 kings can align.
100K.
We sitting way more forward this time, huh?
We up here. Well, it's because he's gonna be rocking back and forth.
All right, let's do it.
I wanna rock with you, baby.
This the episode called "I Want to Rock."
That's
I wanna rock right now.
Especially with the Lenny and Quavo song. There we go.
Do you hear the squeak behind
Oh,
you?
also, I got tickets to
Big
Sum
Jared.
41. Are you
Big
a Sum
Jared.
41?
Hell yeah.
You want to go with me?
Hell yeah.
Class field trip?
I just
really
want to
did the
see
rocket ship,
Into
man. Why
Deep,
they so
Fat
little?
Lip.
Oh, In Too Deep is
What's wrong with them?
crazy.
Cause I'm
Rocket
in
ship.
too deep and
I
I'm
said I need a rocket
trying to
ship.
keep up.
Switch it up on me. Look.
God damn it.
Better.
Rock the house.
Instead of
Okay.
Rock the
going
house.
under.
There we go.
I'm the king of rock. There is none higher.
Instead of going under again.
Yeah, In Too Deep. We're just singing some Sum 41. You.
Could I have a tissue?
Yeah, I'll grab you some.
Please.
For everyone who's wondering why Elliott is in a rocking chair, it's his request from last episode.
I just put it on my Instagram right now.
Yo, can I get a rocket chair next week? I want a rocket next episode. I'm in a rocket chair.
So we're gonna see how the people receive Old Man Wilson in the
You didn't
chair.
represent. You didn't appreciate my facetiousness.
I wanna rock.
Oh, please send me that. That's funny.
Well, this is to go with the fishing pole and the hats that we had. Did you get any more love from the Barbs this week?
No. Everyone's in consensus is I'm just a jealous person that hates on Drake and Nicki.
Oh, that's what it is.
YNCMB. Miss,
You love
yellow
Tiger
answer.
though. That's crazy.
Tiger's amazing, man.
Yeah,
He's
shout out to
incredible
Tiger.
talent.
We live.
YMCMB. We live?
Are we live? We live?
Well, let me get. You
right.
want a tissue
What's
first?
up, Alex?
Oh yeah.
Hey,
we
got to
need
clear his
tissue,
nose
yeah.
What's up,
first.
fool? Huh?
You want a tissue? You should tissue it out before
Oh
we
yeah,
keep
we're gonna
going.
tissue it out.
If you got an issue,
Once
here's
DJ
a
Hed
tissue.
brings this issue with the tissue.
You just gonna have this cord hanging without plugging your phone in?
Nah, I'm gonna plug the phone in. You're right.
That's kind of crazy.
Was it bothering you?
Yes.
Okay.
I really dislike when people don't plug their phone in and they got the cord hanging.
Okay.
That's a pet peeve you have?
Oh, I got a lot of peas. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like your gears get grinded a lot.
I got a lot of peas.
Yeah. What's the biggest one?
The biggest one?
Blowing your nose in front of others?
Oh no, I don't care about that.
Go ahead.
I'd much rather someone tell me I have a booger in my nose and let it sit there for like 5 hours.
I have no problem, and I fart in front of
my
people
man.
too. I fart in front of love interests.
Just to like
impressive.
let them know
You
this
won't
is
tell
the
them you love
standard.
them, but you'll fart in front of them. So it's, the way,
Facts.
it's a different love
That's
language.
how you know it's love.
A different love language.
West Coast.
Wrap it in another tissue.
Huh? I get it. It's cool. I do it.
You ready?
All right.
I'm not gonna rant. I'm not gonna start the show with a rant.
You don't have anything that's sitting heavy
Is
on
that
your
what you want to
chest?
do?
Last time we started, we did the intro, and then you said, okay. You had been waiting all night to just
It's like
go.
an ISO. It's like basketball. You call it isolation play. Y'all let me play though. I appreciate
You dropped
that.
50 though.
It's teamwork.
You
Thank you,
dropped
brother.
50.
You did
Thank
drop
you,
You
brother.
did a
Thank
triple
you,
double
brother.
last week,
Thank
Elliott
you, brother.
Wilson.
Yep.
So I'm just gonna play with my team. I'm gonna share the ball. My team is out. My team is strong though. Don't get it twisted. I'm Elliott Wilson.
Jeremy Hacked.
West Coast is DJ Head. We out here. You know what I'm saying?
This is lucky episode number 13. We ain't scared of nothing, man. Episode
We
13.
outside.
13, baby.
Growing every week. We got people tuned in. They said Saturday morning cartoons. They said adult cartoons is the bigger picture on Saturdays. That's what they're saying in the
I
comments.
really appreciate the
Yes.
sentiment from the viewers, and I really appreciate
Oh, there it is.
You have to look forward now. See.
Oh yeah, we got it up.
I'm sorry, Big
Shout out to
Memphis.
Alex.
Shout out all the peoples in Big Memphis, Tennessee. 901.
901. That's the area code.
Yep.
Oh, Ludacris said that on the record.
He did?
Yeah.
Which one?
901, 305. Like, you don't know that song?
I can't hear you, man. I'm rocking in my rocking chair, man. Thanks for the rocking chair, fellas.
So look, let's address Elliott Wilson's
Oh, man.
rocking chair.
I don't want no more beef with rappers.
Elliott Wilson
want
said that he
serenity.
spoke to his therapist and he received all of the information that you guys had provided for him, positive
He's
and
lying.
negative.
That's cap.
Oh,
Like the things you two gentlemen have on, cap. It's cap. Go
and
ahead.
he received the information that you all are critiquing him in the comment section and on Twitter.
Is that what they're doing? Is critiquing?
You know what? They're actually showing a lot of people. I saw a lot of people say, "Leave Elliott alone. Put some respect on his name." That was actually a big
All right.
sentiment.
I'm with those
There
people,
was
man.
somebody who said, "Y'all back up off Mr. Elliott. He has really grown on me, and he is a living legend." And they
There you
also
go.
said,
Mr. Elliott.
they loved the zoom in on DJ Head's face. Shout out to CT with the beat drop and Jeremy's enthusiastic response.
Oh yeah, I still can't believe you
That's why I
smoked
love
that.
this show.
That
Oh, the BPM?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yo, BBL Drizzy, BPM Ed. Man. We call you
I'm
that.
a DJ.
Pause.
We outside, you know what I'm saying?
What's the BPM on this one?
No,
Just go to the middle of the song.
Okay.
What?
It's about to drop.
Why
The
are we
beat's
not
about
playing
to
a rap
drop.
record?
Go
No,
to the,
my
go,
real ones
go
know
where
this.
is the beat.
Hold up.
95?
No.
72. I don't even know. I'm just throwing numbers out. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Now we're break.
What song is this?
This is one of the classics.
Okay, DJ, how much time do you need?
Stop it. It's between.
How do we fact check them?
It's between one. You can Google it probably. It's between like 100 and 110. I don't know because of the I have to listen to it more. No.
Is it a particular genre?
Hold
easy
on.
to-
One.
You have the answer,
I have
Jeremy?
the answer.
This is great. He's a savant, this DJ Head guy.
No, it's like one. Yeah, it's like one.
Wait a minute, Jeremy.
I don't know. I can't get it
What?
because it's like a rock song. It's like one. It's around like 108 or something.
Let's go!
It's really 108?
108 BPM, breaking free from High School Musical
DJ
soundtrack
Head.
is a moody song by
DJ
Troy
Head,
with a
West
tempo of
Coast.
108 BPM. This has been The Bigger Picture. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go.
That was impressive. And that wasn't rehearsed. Let them know, Jeremy. That was
Oh no!
live.
People swear to God, like people were hitting me.
They thought
Like,
it was fake?
oh hell yeah! Everybody thought it was fake.
That was not fake
No.
at all.
Think about it. The first song that came to my mind was High School Musical. You think
I can see that.
I was so irritated.
It wasn't a
I was
shocker to me.
so irritated at you that you played that. I was like, why did you just play a rap song?
Because you said play
Because Head
anything.
kept teasing it like I can count
do
BBs in my
anything,
head. It's like I'm gonna catch him out there. And I'm like, okay, Jeremy gonna play a slapper, and then he puts in High School
I
Musical.
thought he was
What the
gonna play a
fuck are
slap
we doing?
too. It would have been easier with a slap, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's why it took me so long for the because of
But it was more impressive that it was that song.
high school fucking musical. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
Can I say one final thing about Drake? Or should I
Oh
leave
my
it alone?
God.
You know what? Let's go there. Let's do
My
it.
final unimpressed thing about those songs is I'm finding out now that those songs are actually replies to everything again.
Yeah.
He's dissing Rocky in his song. My mother, Mr. I rent 10 summers like mustard. Come on, dog. You're not in the battle anymore. You lost. His loss. It's over.
His
the
loss.
battle you're in now is for your legacy in hip hop. You're not in a battle with these guys anymore.
You
That's
talking
all I
about
have to say. I'm
okay,
done.
So
That's it.
okay.
The
all
20
right.
v1's over. He's in a battle for his
So what about-
legacy.
okay.
He's in his battle for his place in hip hop history, his legacy.
But what
not
about-
with those individuals? That battle's over. He was
Okay.
declared the loser. His loss, the sum of his loss. That's it. So why are you dissing them? ASAP jabs at the end of the song, like, oh, goo, you diss Rocky. Rocky can't even catch a hit. You dissing Rocky. Leave Rocky
Damn.
alone.
You just threw
Let Rocky
Southern
catch a
Rocky.
hit. No,
Hey,
I'm
you
saying,
can catch a rock,
Rocky ain't
though.
even a
Rock,
cookie.
rock.
No, I'm keeping a G across the board. You see, I'm all against kicking Drake's back in. Rocky has, as he said, Rocky hasn't had a hit in a long time. I like that record Rocky put out. It charted like 89. Slow start. Rocky's dope. We all love Rocky,
Yeah.
but there's no need to have this back. No one's here for some back and forth with you with ASAP Rocky after you lost to Kendrick Lamar. No one cares.
Hey,
It's
for
over.
ASAP, you inherit the beef.
The 20v1 thing is over. The battle for your hip hop legacy, who you are in this culture, why you're important, why you're my second greatest rapper of all time, hip hop artist, whatever the fuck you want to call it. That's the battle you're still in. This obsession with each other. I ran 10 summers and all that. Like, no one cares.
Could it not be 19v1? Can it be 19v1 and one of them's out of the battle? But
Would
he still
you
has
say-
19
I'm
to
done
take
though.
on?
No more Drake for me. That's it. That's all
Would
episode.
you say that his
Oh, and one last thing. So the reason I went last week though is the only caveat I'll say is this: if the motherfucker is active, this is the Weeknd rap. If that week he gives you 3 songs and 100 fucking gigabits, I'm gonna talk about it. How am I not? That's what happened. I'm not like picking him out the corner like, hey,
It
what's
wasn't
Drake
out of
doing?
nowhere.
Drake gave you 100 gigabytes. We not gonna talk about him that week?
Of course we are.
That's it. I'm
You
done.
gave him 100
Keep
gigs
saying
back.
that's it.
You gave him 100 gigabytes of content back.
I did
to
like
his
the 100 gigs. When
Yeah.
the plot twist thing, put Gigs' his face. Shout out to Gigs.
Oh, yeah,
Gigs,
Gigs,
UK,
yeah.
Shout out Gigs, man.
Well, it was interesting with the songs that he
Did
officially...
you know that though? Because you're the certified cover boy. No, I'm
What?
asking. Did you,
What?
I gotta
what
stop. Certified cover boy. Did you know about the subliminals in the songs? And did you catch
So,
early?
you know what? I actually didn't... Unfortunately, I didn't pay that close attention to the songs when
You
I
didn't
was...
wait.
when I was-
Wait. You didn't pay that close attention to Drake?
I paid attention to the 100 gigs, but I almost... The songs got overshadowed by all the content that I didn't actually dive that deep into lyrically what he was saying. I knew he was maybe throwing some shots at the Weeknd. I didn't catch... So the ASAP bars that they're saying that he replied to the Weeknd with these ones by saying...
Certified cover boy.
They make lyrics for who? Men. We make gal come, then come again. That's, a little Toronto. Accent. On Family Matters, he said Weeknd getting played in all the spots where boys got a little more pride. Basically saying the Weeknd makes gay music. So he was throwing somewhat shots. And then they're saying that he was throwing Kendrick replies here. I don't know, but, the Mother I Sober line maybe. He said, please ring my mother.
That's the other song.
And tell
That's
her.
the Afrobeat song.
Yeah, tell her the shape that I'm in, 30 days I have been sober, which he did reference Mother I Sober on Hard Part 6. And then they're saying he replied to Meet the Grams with these bars. Please ring my father and tell him I found some fortune and fame. They're going to try and behead me and speak on my family name, which...
How many
Kendrick
summers did I run? Like 10
yeah,
summers.
Yeah, which could be a mustard bar.
Oh, stop.
And then they're saying he replied to 8 a.m. in Charlotte by saying,
That was
gotta lay
clever,
down
though.
when you make bed.
A decade is 10.
Yeah, I heard that. That's true.
I'm just saying, it's
Very
clever.
true.
You know what I'm saying? But it's also the 10-year anniversary of Mustard and 10 Summers Shot to Mustard.
That was his tribute to it.
Yeah,
That was
he was
Maybe
showing
you
him
just
love.
like the album.
Yeah, showing him love.
Aubrey's acknowledgement.
Showing him
Yeah.
love. We
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Unity.
Yeah, I don't love. I think if you're gonna go just stay away fully or
Is that a
engage
sneak
fully.
diss, a subliminal? How do you judge it?
Those
Sneak
are those are
disses?
subs. Those are subs. The
Are
Rocky.
subs always sneak disses? I guess so, right? In a sense.
I guess so. A
No,
sub.
They're not.
no.
'Cause
A sub could be, because a sub is ambiguous.
Oh, that's true.
A
These
sub
are,
can
so
be-
these are more sneak disses. in a
Sneak
sense.
diss is like, like the Nicki Minaj shit, the 53. You know what I'm saying? That's a sneak diss. In their 50s is a sub.
So sub,
Oh,
you
wow,
have to
okay.
kind of guess, but sneak diss, or reverse sneak diss, who it's directed to.
Yes, but you're not saying their name.
Yeah, okay.
A sub is ambiguous. It could just live in the ether, and you just apply it to who a hit dog, a holler.
And hey,
You're
you-
good at subs.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Head has thrown a couple subs on
You're a
this.
sub master.
On this.
I don't know what you're
And
talking
you're,
about.
is subbing a part of your social media strategy?
No,
You know what?
I don't even have a social media strategy.
When you have a private social media meeting with yourself?
I don't even
You
have
say,
a-
hey, I'm about to get these subs off and really put these people in the
They
box.
said when Head says, I can't confirm or deny, he knows everything. That's one of the top comments from the
Who
last
is they?
episode. The people. The bigger picture fam.
The bigger picture fam?
Yeah.
Well, the bigger picture fam, what the fuck they talking about? Because when I say I don't, I'll say hey, I can't speak on that. If I don't know something, I don't know something. Or I can't divulge it. You know what I'm saying?
I want something to know about. That's my final question, I promise, because I want to talk about Latto and the lovely ladies of hip hop. Shout out Latto. You always say, DJ Head, that radio is pretty much Drake.com, right?
No,
Is radio? No, it's not.
I didn't say that.
No, radio plays a lot of Drake.
Yes.
It's radio's foundation. Drake's been radio's foundation, let's say, for a while. In hip hop music,
Sure.
let's say a decade. Are any of these free songs going to get major airplay?
Yes.
Which one? It's up probably more than. Are they getting played yet? Actively?
I'm sure they are. I mean, I haven't played it on my radio show.
None of the free.
No, I played like nonstop. But I like Nonstop. Nonstop is a hit record. I haven't played none of these 3 records just because I don't like the records and I don't think they're hits.
Okay.
If they were hits, I would
But
play
you can still see some of those. Maybe It's Up getting a little bit of the Drake radio treatment across the board.
I can see. Yeah, but see, the thing is, Drake is a proven entity when it comes to mainstream media, so he's always going to get run no matter what. If he puts something out, they're going to try it just to see what the reaction is going to be.
Yeah.
So at that point, like, Drake is not one of them artists where you like, well, we don't know.
You don't have to guess.
You don't have to guess. Like, it's going to go. You know what I mean?
So is there a potential for It's Up, or let's say not housekeeping with Latto, because that seemed like it didn't perform as well, even though we think Latto's dope, but we're going to get to that in a second. Red, Blue, Green, the Afrobeats type song, It's Up with Doug and Savage. Does any of those records catch a lick and get hot and prove Elliott wrong and an idiot?
I think It's Up.
They become a hit.
I think It's Up.
Yeah, It's Up.
It's Up has a chance to hit.
It grew on me.
I think It's Up. It has the best chance.
Yeah.
The Afrobeat song, it's kind of like one of them ones that people will play, like DJs will just play it. But as far as like going after, well, not going after the records and not working it, but a record working in mainstream radio, I think it would be It's Up. If I had to guess.
What do you guys think about the fact that they actually dropped officially? There was a whole thing about, Drake didn't really promote it. He was just saying go to the 100 gigs.
That's because Hed didn't taunt him. You gonna play these records?
Yeah, he didn't say, are you going to drop it? But there was some taunting from Universal Music, who removed it from the Instagram. And then it officially drops with no Drake promotion at first, which is weird. Drop. Yeah, he dropped a 50 band for the squad.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. When you're an artist and you're signed to a label, well, no, that's not true. He's an independent artist, but he has licensing through a label. So when you're an artist and you're beholding, they gave you a whole bunch of money. Okay? A lot of money. Okay, and
it's rumored 400 million, never properly confirmed,
amount.
but that was the rumor.
An ignorant amount of money. Yeah. Okay, they need to.
They need to.
There's some business that needs to be handled. You know what I'm saying? Like,
if you're not just gonna throw these out and
wait, how
no
ignorant is
return.
that? He's earned that. I mean, look at the track record.
No, that's what I'm not saying that he. Okay.
Yeah, maybe an undervalue even.
Okay, so I'm not saying that he owes them because.
No,
of
I
that.
got you.
But I'm just saying,
But it's
like,
pretty unprecedented.
hey, bro, you just gonna give this, bro. We got product. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, I'm in the middle of watching Power or Ghost Power. So like if we got work. Yeah. You can't just give the work away for free. You know what I'm saying?
Like, an investment.
You know, feed the fiends for free.
Yeah, we got to feed the fiends.
Feed the fiends for free.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's weird because the whole argument on push-ups was that Kendrick was beholden to the label and that he was the one who had to give it back.
You can't stop talking about Drake.
I know. And people in my comments like, give it up. The battle's over. You're just a Kendrick. I'm not even a Kendrick stan. I'm a Drake stan, if anything.
But he's not letting it be over if the lyrics are even about them. That's the point I was trying to make. And when we sat here last week for all my yapping, I didn't know that part. I didn't listen close enough to say, oh, it is a sub against Mustard or a sub against ASAP or sub against what?
I said there was no subs. I thought I didn't even listen like that.
That's 2 weeks in a row you was wrong, certified cover boy.
Certified cover boy slipping?
You was wrong about Charlemagne, about the Charlemagne thing.
Yeah, I was.
Said he wasn't gonna kick Elliott's back in.
Yeah.
And then
I know Charlemagne. He's gonna do one subliminal, if anything.
Yeah.
I listen to every
30
episode of The
minutes.
Brilliant Idiots.
Yeah.
Every episode.
Give you 30 minutes.
Chopper gave
Is
me
my
30.
shooting percentage down?
Yeah.
What do I need to do to hit this week?
Break down this Latto album.
Yeah, talk
Okay,
about this Latto
all right.
album, baby.
So,
Big Latto.
what did you guys think of the Latto album?
You did the
want
whole
me to
video.
start?
You set the tone.
Here's the thing. I think that.
I have a crazy take, so I'm gonna let you.
Okay, you're gonna. Okay. I
Crazy.
think
A crazy Latto take? Okay.
she proved with this album, in my opinion, that she has staying power and potential to be in the top of the game. I said male or female. Some people got at me for that, but I just don't like breaking down rappers in categories of male and female because I don't think it's like the Olympics where, you have an advantage necessarily just for being a guy when it comes to bars. I think we should talk about people in the same category. And I think she proved that she can make great records. I think there isn't necessarily too many skips on there where it's a bad song. I think her bars, there's people who might put her pen in question, but I think she's proven over the course of her career that she can right.
Yeah, this is a third album
know?
for the record, right?
Third album. And I think even on that last song where she had the kind of Drake flow, she was maneuvering in and out of throwing shots, you know, talking about her success, where she's at, where she wants to be. That was my favorite song. And I really like the intro too. I like the intro and outro, which I think are
Yeah, I said
super
that.
important.
I think I tweeted that. There's a great intro, great outro, which, you know, with an album is the anchor you want. I mean, that's an old school mentality. I don't think a lot of artists really care that much. I think that's kind of an old tradition. So I think the ones that care about that and guys that want to be, it's hard sometimes for guys to fully be fans of a female rapper. She's delivering with that.
Yeah.
The dope intro, Sweet Georgia Peace, the dope outro, shout out to me. Yeah, and I see a lot of hype on the internet with this album. A lot of star power. A lot of this is her ascension. And a lot of people just really seem surprised or even going forward of like, okay, now she's in the big dog conversation. She's up there with the Nickis and the Cardis and the Megans or whatever. And it's like, you know, it's interesting. I'm curious to what DJ Hed thinks before I go further. He said he has a weird take.
I think that I have a different take.
Okay.
I think that Latto made a love album.
Okay.
I agree with that.
I think that she made like an R&B rap album. And I don't necessarily know if that was intentional or not. But I think, like, if you think about it, like, the majority, I think I counted, because I went back and listened to it over and over, because I wanted to be sure about what I was listening to.
Yeah.
It was like 2 or 3 songs on that whole album that weren't either for a man, about a man, or a relationship, or in a variation of the 3.
Oh, there's a track list. Okay.
No, 100%.
So the whole album to me was like an R&B love album where she was talking about getting wifed up, getting cheated on, being down for dudes who don't want to commit, being like picking herself up, being a boss, like. And so to me it was like a whole like relationship podcast, like if that meant, like, you know, not literally, but you know, like they got all these fucking relationship pods where people are doing these takes and like, well, man, is this, like all that kind of shit. So I think like
what song's screaming that to you?
I mean, most of the album, bro. Like literally, I think the Meg Thee Stallion album, the Squeeze song was the only one. I mean, no, it was like 3 songs that I counted that weren't.
The outro was one. That was pretty much the only time.
But that was like a self-healing type of thing. But I don't know. I thought it was different. Like I wasn't what I expected at all. I thought she was gonna bar up and go like on some,
so
like.
She kind of only does that in the intro and the outro to you.
There's no to me. She's rapping, but it's not bars.
Yeah, their love records.
It's
But you know what my favorite bars for her is kind of like when she's snapping at other girls and putting them down. And to me, that's
So you
brokey.
like when women go at each other?
No, I do not. As a principal, I do not. But I think she does the best job of clowning other women. I'm thinking about her peers and just trying to separate herself from the pack. Like Brokey's kind of that, and H&M, which is what hoes be broke and miserable. You know, like she's the fly girl. She got the secret man. She's living a life. She could bar you up and she could beat you up, and she's better than you bitches. And it's always like her tone with that. And I feel like, to me, that's the anchor of the record. And I guess love sprinkled in that, but I feel like, you know, to me, that's her core, what makes her distinctive to me in the thing. I think she does a good job of snapping on her other girls. You know, that's more of like her sweet spot as a lyrical style to me.
I really only heard that on like one of the records where she was like talking shit to women, as far as like other rap women. But like for the whole album, I've listened to it a couple times, and I'm just like, she's talking to a man, talking about a man, coming off like coming out of a situation with a man, or talking to men in general.
You think 21 should get an executive producer credit?
Allegedly.
That's
her alleged man, Jeremy?
Allegedly.
The certified cover boy have some more intel on that?
Allegedly saying.
I don't know if that's true or not, so I don't necessarily know. But I think that no. Just because you were like in the, like, if you're the muse of the project, you don't get EP credit on it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You don't
Like,
get that?
that's a crazy way to give away album credit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That would be, would it be, is it Janet Jackson on Confession? She would get the EP.
Bro, what? Like, Janet had nothing to do with that.
But he said he wrote the album for her.
But I think Latto's clearly has more impact here than she's had on any other project. So doesn't it then come to be like, well, where does she fit in this ecosystem? Because we've been so for the last couple of years that female rappers is in this incredible state, and we have so many female rap artists. We've never had this at one time. The state of the female rap game is off the charts. But then, as I see, especially because I deal with Nicki's crazy fan base, and we talk about weaponizing of sales, Latto's about to sell similar to what Ice Spice sold. right? And
It's like 35 or
her
something
album,
like
but they're both like 27, 28, the projections. I think Ice Spice did like 27. She's projected with the number to be right around the same. So Nicki fans are like, what are you talking about? Like, I don't care how much you're hyping up this girl. She ain't touching Nicki. Again, Nicki came out last December, did an old school big boy number, big girl number of 220 something. And no female rapper has even come close to even 50K, let alone 100K. You look at all the top sales of the years. I know what head does Nick sales matter or whatever the matrix is. So then how do we judge it? Like if Sexy Red and them come out and keep doing 20K, 30K, are they as popping? Are there separate categories? Because I was on here saying, I think Glorilla's the hottest in my world. To me, she had 2 anthems, which is the Yeah Glow and the TGIF record. So is she the biggest? Is Nicki still the biggest because she's the big dog with the sales?
Yes.
And then where do you put Latto in? I just feel like it's not a clear answer anymore of like who's really winning.
I think it's almost like how you say when you were like there was Kendrick and then Drake and Cole in the big 3 and you made that big separation. I'm not saying I agree with that separation, but here I think Nicki's separation is so far beyond any of the other female rappers that I don't think it's even really a conversation, which is to your point when we were talking about hottest. Nicki's like already up here. We can argue about here right now.
But I think the funny thing is I think that she did reclaim it in recent times, which again is last December. It's not like it didn't carry over to this year, at least top of this year. We talked about the sold out tours and stuff. So why isn't she getting enough credit to me of getting in that bigger conversation? To me, it's only anchored by her fanatical barbs, keeping her in that conversation. But I don't feel like that people are really saying it outside of her devoted fans that she's that woman right now in the game. I think they're cheering for these other girls to kind of elevate and be that person to me. What do you guys think?
I think that sales don't matter to the general public. I think that what we should be basing the things off of, it could be, if you want to go the streaming route, people are going to be like, oh, there's bots and there's farms and stuff like that, right? The thing that you cannot fake is asses and seats. Hard tickets is how we judge it. That's how I look at it. So if Latto comes out and she does 27,000, and Meg Thee Stallion comes out, she does 27,000, and Ice Spice comes out, she does 27,000 albums, all 3 of them, right? Who's doing the arena tour?
Well, Meg in this case.
Up.
So if you're Gorilla and you decide to open up for Meg, then you're kind of stunting your own growth in some sense, because then you could never be like
That's
hotter
not true.
or bigger, right? Because
That's not true, because
they're buying tickets to see Meg more than Gorilla for the tour.
That yes and no, because when you book a show like that, like I've booked shows like this, right? Like an arena show. When you book shows like that, you have tiers, right? So you have a certain tier of whatever. Mm-hmm. If the tier is the same for the artist, you get the credit for the same billing. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, you're saying Gorilla gets the same credit for that tier?
If you co-headline, quote unquote, if you co-headline a tour, right? I'm not saying that they are.
Yeah, I don't think they were.
But if somebody is an opener, they're an opener. That's different. But if you co-headline a show, so if Meg Thee Stallion and Ice Spice, let's say for all intents and purposes, Ice Spice and Meg Thee Stallion were to do a co-headlining arena tour, they will both get the credit for that billing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but this wasn't co-headlining.
No, I'm not saying this specific thing. Mm-hmm. So what I'm saying is, you were saying that it would stunt her growth by doing tours and stuff like that.
No, I'm saying by your metrics, then Gorilla can't be bigger, because if Meg's headlining and she's the clear opener, there's no other opening acts, but it's not co-headlining, then you can't say Gorilla's bigger than Meg because she's the opener.
That's what I'm saying.
But in my world, I feel like she's the hotter artist, right?
And what I'm telling you don't matter how you feel, because
so then it comes down to data, but that's the only data you respect. You don't respect sales.
You can't fake people in seats.
Okay.
Yet.
And does the music, like, where do we judge? Like,
okay, but then they also
project?
accuse these people of slicing ticket prices, right? Like it's an arena tour and it looks sold out, but you don't really cap these tickets down to fill up these seats.
It don't matter. It goes, okay, me and you both have gone and bought physical CDs.
Of course.
Right? If nobody was talking about like, oh, well, Cash Money went platinum because the CD
$4.99. I remember the first one, it was Ashanti, when Ashanti did like the $9.99 or $8.99.
I bought a Ludacris.
And she went number one. Everybody was like, Ashanti
I bought a Ludacris
cheated.
CD.
She made it cheaper.
I bought a Ludacris CD under
cheated.
the same premise.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. You still have to physically do a thing. Does that make sense?
So then by that metrics, Nicki's number 1.
Yes.
Cardi's number 2.
Yes.
And Meg is number 3.
Yes.
And then now is Latto battling to be in that conversation, or does Latto have to be still in the Ice Spice category, because their sale base and tour base is probably the same at this point?
It's not about it. Well, yes and no, because it depends. If they're doing venues, like tours are different than than clubs. That's not the same thing. So a hard ticket is before the doors open, you sold X amount of seats, right? Yep. So if somebody does a tour and their tour doesn't sell out, that's not indicative of how hot they are in certain markets. You can still be hot in Los Angeles and cold in New York. That's still a thing. You get what I'm saying? So like Meg Thee Stallion, I'm sure all of her dates, there was a fluctuation in ticket prices, ticket sales, asses and seats, people no-shows, comps. I'm sure that varies per market. So I don't think it's you can't just be like, this person is the hottest. No, it's nuance to it. It's like, well, in Memphis, I'm sure Glorilla would be one of them ones. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure that if I'm doing a co-headlining spot, I don't want to go after Glorilla in Memphis.
No.
Hell no, I'm cool. You got that, champ. I don't want to do it damn near
anywhere
in the whole array.
But I still feel Latto's looked at as kind of stuck in the middle because again, if you by that metrics, there's a Nicki Cardi Meg over here, and then you have this rising group, the Sexy Reds, the Gorillas, the Ice Spices, and then Latto's there. Like, so is she going in the big conversation, or is she going still in the battle amongst like the
That's
hot
up to Latto
MCs?
Yeah, I think she's still in that middle category until she keeps pushing upward. Like,
first of all,
so she should be disappointed that this, whatever metrics, this album, which is clearly her best album, is doing numbers similar to Ice Spice. I said the Ice Spice shit was disappointing to me, and I love Ice Spice. But like,
you're
that's
disappointed in the
clearly
music.
a better record. Yeah. But this is clearly a better record.
Yeah.
I think to get that same low number again, I know the metrics don't add up, but it just seems like, are we perceiving her as bigger than she actually is?
No. I think it's disrespectful to actually put Latto in the category with the up and comer. Latto had a #1 record in the country, a huge record.
Well, Big Energy, you talking about?
Facts.
Smash record, one of the biggest records.
One of the biggest records.
What, triple platinum?
That's what I'm saying. Like, so you can't even put her in that category. Like, she's not even close.
Put her in there.
But we're talking about like with Meg. Like, so Meg had massive records. She would be in that same category.
No, they're already established.
Meg didn't have that.
Cardi and Meg in that category. No, Jeremy, we're saying Nicki, Cardi, and Meg, they're in that category.
Oh, I think she's competing with Meg.
But is she more in that group? She should be in that group
Yes.
above
Yes.
Gorilla, Sexy Red,
Yes.
and Ice Spice at this point.
Absolutely.
She's done enough.
Yes.
Even with the low first week sales.
It doesn't matter about that because what her accomplishments are.
Well, also last album was gold too, based off that single too.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, that's not fair to put her in that category just because she collaborates with them or works with them or is seen in the same chilling circuit with them. That's not a fair thing to do. I'm not this. I'm
Until she touches road to see what her.
I like
power
the
is.
fact that she fucks with, those artists and shit like that. Like, she had a Mariah the Scientist on her album, and like, I like that. She had Tizo Touchdown. I'm not a Tizo Touchdown fan.
So when Rap Caviar has the little sit down and it's Latto, Flo Milli and Sexy Red, you guys really see Latto as like the bigger artist, clearly?
I see Sexy Red I see Sexy Red as competing too. In that?
Yes, I do too.
I love Flo Milli too.
I do too. I have a thought on that, but I don't necessarily know if it's kosher.
Would you like to?
Bigger picture.
Because the thing is,
first I'll go to Jeremy first. I don't understand what you're saying then. I'm saying to you, if you look at those three, I think you're agreeing with me. I don't necessarily see Flo Milli, Sexy Red, and Latto and say, yeah, Latto's way bigger than them girls when I see just the optics of it.
No, I
don't view it
think
that way.
I think Flo Milli is still kind of working there,
Yeah,
and I love Flo Milli, but I think Sexy Red, to your point, in different markets would be much bigger than Latto.
Just like Gorillas. So they're kind of like wild cards, right? They're the wild cards.
But Hed's point, I do understand where she does have a #1 hit, so it's like you can't she can't go back down. So she is kind of caught in that, like, maybe she's ahead of most of those, but she is kind of caught in that middle point where she's not Nicki. She's not on that same.
I ain't bigger than Nicki. I'm the closest one.
But okay, this is a serious question because I was thinking about this. Like, why is it? And I actually want to know what you guys think. Why is it that we feel the need for women to compete against each other in this space? And we feel like there's still this limited slot of like there only can be 3. I know we do it with men too, but it feels like, where Rhapsody said, if you look at her audience, a lot of it is male audience. And shout out to Rap. I think she's the best, female rapper in the game in terms of bars.
Girls too, yeah.
But is it because there's not enough male audience for a lot of these female rappers? Is that why?
No, I think they're actually more competitive against each other actively in our face than the men are until Drake versus Kendrick. These girls have their public spats, their fan bases go against each other. It plays out. This side shit, they get cool, they start cool, they fall out. We experience all the ups and downs of those relationships. Remember when Nicki and Meg were cool? Now this one and this one are cool. So I think that they play into the competition even more because their public spats, their social media fan bases, it galvanizes people, you know?
I think that, well, first of all, let's put some respect on Latto because the Sexy Red conversation, to me, is low-key disrespectful because Sexy Red has not accomplished the things that...
Well, I think Pound Town's platinum and Get It Sexy's gold. Those aren't big energy as songs, but...
My statement remains the truth.
So because she makes one big crossover record, then
you gotta let me speak, Elliot Wilson.
I'm sorry, my bad.
Okay. She has not accomplished what Latto has accomplished. Big Energy is a #1 record across all formats, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Latto has done something J. Cole has never done. A #1 record in the country. The first #1 J. Cole's ever gotten was with Drake. You know who also took Sexy Red on tour?
No.
I mean, you took Drake on. Sexy Red went on tour with Drake.
Yeah. Exactly. A couple slide dates. Yep.
Right. So, Latto has done this. How many songs do Latto got with Drake?
It's called Zero.
Okay.
One.
Oh, they do? The new one, Housekeeping. Yes,
yeah.
of course. How could I forget that, Bob?
Okay. But Latto has done this without the Drake stimulus package. So handicaps also matter because a handicap is also a thing in sports. Does that make sense? Okay, so if you have an advantage in this arena where the Drake stimulus package is a real thing, we all can acknowledge that?
Yes.
Okay, so if you have an advantage in this way, then this person has achieved more or the same without that thing. Do you not get credit for that?
I think you get credit for it, but the challenge would be if the Pound Town's a platinum record, right? Probably not as crossover big as a Big Energy, which becomes a big multi-platinum commercial record that hits the pop crowd. If they book the venues, what do the sales look like? Sexy Red on the road against Latto on the road. Is Latto clearly showing she's far ahead of Sexy Red when it's time for the hard ticket challenge?
It depends on the market.
Hold up, we got to correct this though. Okay, so Big Energy was #3 peak. Her #1 record was with Jungkook. I hopefully pronouncing that right. From I think.
That's a guest
world,
feature. That's a
right?
guest
Oh,
feature.
yeah.
So she got the
Okay.
#1 with kind of a stimulus package from the K-pop
So
world.
Big Energy did not hit #1, but it's
still
it's
#3.
It's a smash.
It's still a
no, but
#3 record.
It's a way bigger. I think it's triple platinum. It's a way big.
Yeah.
Look up the
and put it on the
certifications.
floor again.
I was
with
also
Cardi.
coming from radio. It was #1 on radio.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
Okay. It was
That's what I was
#1.
thinking.
Yeah.
So you consider Big Energy it's a bigger record than Pound Town?
Oh, absolutely. It's way
Yeah,
bigger.
Glow, TGI.
It's
all
bigger
this
than
stuff.
every other record from every female artist not named Cardi B or Nicki Minaj.
What about the Flo Milli? Never Lose Me. Didn't they go?
It's
that go
bigger
platinum
than
too?
every record from every
Triple
female
platinum.
artist.
It's triple
That's
platinum.
Big Energy, right?
Yeah, Big Energy is triple platinum right now.
not named Cardi B or Nicki Minaj. I'm just being honest. Like, I'm just saying. So, again, when I say across formats, I meant like, I'm speaking radio terms. I want to be clear for the nerds. I'm talking about rhythmic and urban radio.
Yes.
So that's what I was speaking about.
Yep.
But
even pop radio in that case.
well, top 40 is, top 40.
That record went
CHR
top
is the
40.
is the
And
format.
she didn't even need Mariah Carey for that record to go top 40.
No,
They
she
had
did the
Mariah
remix
after
later.
that.
Yeah.
So,
But I'm just saying that when you have people who have these types of accomplishments, you still can't then double back and put them in like, oh, they're in here with this because this person's the new hot kid on the block. It don't work like that.
yeah.
Can't go back down. Is what you're saying.
You can go back down, but you can't discount the person's achievements.
But I do like that, though, to Jeremy's mentioned earlier. And why do we do that? I like that the female MCs have more of an outright competition on a wider scale than the men. I mean, we look what happens when it finally happens. It's Drake against the world, Drake versus Kendrick. But these women are competitive, ultra competitive, a wide variety with each other.
Well, I think that happens maybe because they might feel like there's limited slots. Like based on history, when there were limited slots, there was only so much room in a record label for them to push a female artist, and they weren't signing as many. There wasn't as much mainstream room. So now there might be subconsciously this thing where it's like, we got to fight for this spot because it is limited capacity.
Yeah, and if Nicki's came back and still is this reigning queen, this sets the bar. It's like, who's going to be #1? Like, when does her reign end? When do I get to be #1? It's like, it's competitive. What's wrong with competition?
And I'm going to add this, too. Latto also did something that Glorilla didn't do.
Uh-oh.
With the sample. Glorilla got killed on the internet for her sample. Latto didn't.
Oh, the Uchi Wally joint, you're saying? Yeah.
Yeah, but that was also when I feel like there was like 4 or 5 songs that were being sampled like that.
changed the damn beat pretty much at all.
That's what I'm saying. I think it was at that point where Coi Leray had
So
one.
is it a
There was
sample?
like 3 or 4 that had the cheat code sample, is what you call it, where it's like you can't.
I wouldn't call Uchiwale a cheat code.
No. That one didn't work. That one didn't. It's hard to mess up a cheat code sample, but that one didn't work. But there was a time where like 3 or 4 of those records at that time.
No, I understand, but what I'm saying is Latto's was well received.
Yeah.
Glorilla's was not. Now, to your other point was, as far as the male, I disagree with that. I think the female, first of all, there's more women than men. Just numbers, right?
Just in the world.
Just in the world, okay? Yeah. And then also the female consumer base is way deeper than the male consumer base. Women consume more. These are facts. I'm not being patriarchal or whatever the fuck the buzzword is now, right? So because that's a fact, I would look at it as the opposite. I don't think that the women have to engage the males to rally around them. I think they need more women to give a fuck. Mm-hmm. And they just, for whatever reason, they probably don't. And they more, sometimes, I'm gonna be honest, when I was listening to the Latto album, I did make a note of this. A lot of the songs, this conversation I wanted to have, but I didn't know it was gonna come up today. But do you guys think that there's something to the content of the women that rap today versus the women that rap before the Notorious K.I.M. and shit like that, right? Mm-hmm. Who's the most revered female MC of all time?
Well, real time, Lauryn would get props before Education, obviously.
Lauryn Hill.
And that album.
Because that was the first female rapper that said she raps better than a lot of male
So
MCs.
Lauryn Hill being the magnus opus of female rap. Right? Mm-hmm. Female artistry or whatever you want to call it, right? And I don't know there's a female rapper or a male rapper in the game.
Back before that, MC Light, if you want to get real old.
Okay, no, I'm just going, I don't know that there's anyone in rap music or in hip hop culture that would dispute Lauryn Hill as being the one.
Yep.
Right? Okay. Male or female or other, right?
You're talking about just lyrical type thing. Yeah.
So that being said, Lauryn never rapped about none of the stuff that's being rapped about today, right? So so when I'm listening to the Latto album, I'm thinking to myself, okay, this is a love album. She's talking about men. She's talking about relationships. She's talking about how she feels about things. It's not in the same way. It's not as empowering as the other thing. It's more like, you did me dirty, now I'm going to get you back. I'm Big Mama, blah, 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 right? It's bravado in it. That comes from the school of, you go all the way back to Kim and stuff like that, right? It's not the same thing as a Queen Latifah or like as a Lauryn Hill or MC Light or nothing like that. So I'm thinking, just raw thoughts, I'm thinking that women aren't rallying around this because either one, they can't relate, or two, they don't want to be outwardly relatable to the content that the women are delivering.
I think that's actually a fair
Is that
point.
crazy?
No, because if you look at like, like my girl, for example, like, she's not gonna listen to a Sexy Red and go, I relate to that. Like, she doesn't. There's a disconnect. Yeah, in the club you're gonna dance to it, but like a Lauryn Hill, we'll put that album on in the car. Everyone can relate to being heartbroken, falling in love, and even like her spiritual endeavors. So maybe if there are artists right now who are working on projects like that, they could relate.
Well, Rhapsody is somebody.
Yeah, Rhapsody's album.
Yeah, so why is Rhapsody so underappreciated?
So again, this is the second part of my thought. I think that natural human nature, we're tyrants, we're deviants, we are. We are. You know what I'm saying? You get to take a kid.
All male show every day.
You take a kid and you playing with him and you hit yourself, he gonna laugh. I don't know what it is about violence, we fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? As human beings. Same thing when it comes to being deviants, right? We like sexuality, we like sexualizing, we like all of the raunchy bullshit, right? Number one thing most consumed on the internet is porn. Okay.
Horror movies.
All these things, right? So we love this content. Why do we not like the content being delivered in the music in the same way? I guess not say from a woman's perspective, but also as a man, to what you were saying earlier, I don't think we're riding around listening to Lil' Kim like, I'll be on that type of time too, Kay. like I don't think we're like
Joe, even to the shit.
Like Sexy Red, same thing. Like I don't relate to it because first of all, I'm not a woman and I don't know your struggle. Second of all, I'm not a black woman. I don't know what that's like. But then the third part of that is I don't think women relate to it, and if they do, it's kind of like behind closed doors. Like we can ask all women like in our lives, they listen to this music
Only when it's time to go to the club.
but they listen to it low key.
Yeah.
It's like
Or when it's
like
time to go to the club and turn up. Or
so I don't know.
I
Like
think the best writers in history have been ones where both sides can relate. Like, that's why Drake is so successful, because I think a lot of women would be like, oh, I relate to what he's saying to me, and men are like, I relate to what he's saying to the women. Jhené Aiko, I think, is really great at writing from both perspectives. Lauryn Hill, Rhapsody.
time out. Pause.
Why you pointing at me? It's rude.
Is Jhené Aiko? Is Jhené
Fuck you
Aiko?
pointing at?
Is Jhené Aiko
Fuck
hot?
you pointing at?
I'm sorry. Is Jhené Aiko hot?
That's my man's Big Sean's lady.
No,
What
no.
you
Is she?
talking about,
No,
man?
not look good looking. God damn.
He means like a hot
I say
artist.
one thing and it's just all. No,
No, what is it pointing? She's a beautiful young lady.
No,
yes.
I'm not saying hot.
What's the point?
Is she a hot artist from an art? Like, is she hot?
No,
Like,
but she's moving them hard tickets, as you
That's what-
say, and it's a whole party.
whole arenas.
So yes, I would not perceive her as the bigger artist as she is now. Seeing her on tour, it's impressive.
So
Like,
people,
okay.
but the misconception would be Summer Walker is bigger than Jhené Aiko. That would be
Yes.
the misconception.
Yep.
Janae's doing arenas every night.
But I don't think
I'm
the only
not making it
pushback
about
I'll give you, though,
Relatability, though.
I think that you've made it that hard tickets are the thing, and I get it. No one beats hard tickets, but it still have to be other factors. I do think that sales still matter. Big hit records, of course, matter. All these things factor in, so it's still a good debate.
Yeah.
But I think we sleep on it. We tend to lean on the person that looks quote unquote hot and in our face and has like the thing that's like. And I also think that too. I think it's very, very focused, especially in the female market, to really catch that hit, even more than the males. I think they're even more competitive about making that big record with their projects. They're trying to make big records, all these female MCs. They're not giving the album in unless it's the old school model, there's 3 or 4 singles on that motherfucker. They're going for it.
Yeah.
I think some male rappers aren't really even competing like that anymore. They're just making music and putting it out there, and if it catches a lick, it catches a lick. I'm telling my story. So to your point with that, yeah, optics would say Summer Walker, she got the thing culturally, she's in our face. But then, yeah, I'm impressed when I see what Janae's doing on the road and like how devoted she is, her fan base, and she's filling them arenas up. So
I didn't mean to cut you go. Sorry, I just wanted to. You said
No,
Janae.
yeah. No, that was
That's a good
basically
point,
the
though.
point. Yeah, what you were
I
saying.
don't know why you had to be pointing this shit. But
I'm just. Is that like a New York thing? I just wanted. I'm
Yeah,
trying
we don't like that. We don't like that.
I was gathering my thoughts. I was like, oh, I gotta go to Elliott.
to you.
Like,
I just want more people to listen to Rhapsody's album. I think.
I think.
would-
Okay,
do.
so here's the other question. that I-
Alicia slept on too.
Yeah.
Here's the
think
other
she's
question
dope.
I got for y'all too. Could a
Oh,
female
Alicia a little slept on still too. Yeah.
could a female MC be respected the same way that, like, for instance, could there ever be a situation where there's a big three and there's a woman in there?
Nicki should be in it, but Nicki's oh man, let me be careful. I say this.
We're gonna move on to the next segment.
Nicki,
Hey, Elliott finna crash out.
Nicki should be that. Nicki is
Yeah.
that. Actually, here's it. Nicki is that.
Yeah.
But we don't give her credit because of all the other antic stuff that comes with it.
Same thing with Kanye.
Exactly. There you go. That's a fair example. That's
Okay.
fair.
Okay.
Nicki should be that. If it's close to Lauryn Hill, what that represented in the modern era, it's her. Cardi, I think Cardi, to give Cardi credit, I still think Invasion of Privacy is the bar. There hasn't been a greater female rap album since Invasion of Privacy. Grammy Award winning album. Cardi hasn't made a record since. I get it. But that's still the
It
bar.
was so great that she said, I'm
It is. I think so my point is, I think that's the modern day, in terms of impact, Miseducation of Lauryn Hill album. Nicki doesn't have that, but Nicki's more to Lauryn Hill of that respect of she can still bar you up. She still could do like you said, the Drake, student of Drake, all students of Lil Wayne, can do the commercial shit. There's no style she can't conquer and do it. But I do think that Nicki's antics outside of the music, which has galvanized her with this immense, incredible fan base, also has worked against her historical context of hip hop. So maybe that's my problem with these little YMC and B artists. I think that they do things that kind of takes away their legacy, no matter how much accomplishments or skill or accolades or records they've given us, because they've given us the most music.
You know what? I just put it together.
Uh-oh.
You do have an issue with YMCMB.
I do.
I think it's
That's
a
what I'm
little
saying.
twist. You're right.
No, it's not a little twist. He don't fuck with Wayne because he thinks that Wayne, everything Wayne's put out is trash.
That's not true.
He
I
don't
didn't say
fuck with
that.
the boy.
Yeah.
He don't fuck with Nicki.
Yeah.
What's that about?
I fuck with all of them, but I do think that they do.
Do you
things-
respect Tyga lyrically?
Why do you keep stop mentioning Tiger
I'm
like
just
Tiger's a factor?
asking.
Let me tell you something. YMCMB is the big three. It's Lil Wayne, Drake, and Nicki. Everybody else they're not invited. They're not invited. They'll
Are
stop
you
bringing people up.
serious?
Who? What? Because
The big three what?
They're the
you're
whole-
talking about from
They're
that
the whole
camp.
YMCMB roster. Don't
Oh,
mention anybody else.
What?
Bedrock's not coming through that door. It's over. Don't mention
stop,
anybody
don't
else.
disrespect Tiger like that, bro. Tiger got real
Tiger's
records.
Tiger's his own anomaly that happened after YMCMB.
He was literally on the record, on the album.
He was on Bedrock.
He was on.
Nobody cares about
So
that.
Gutta Gutta is being left out of the conversation.
Yes, Gutta
The
Gutta. None of them.
disrespect.
Run them down. Tell you
Okay,
they
we
belong.
have Mac Main.
I love Mac. Well, Mac's the boss. Mac's the underboss. So Mac don't count as an artist.
Nah,
Mac's just
Mac
getting shot.
put out records. He
no,
count.
No, but he's the underboss.
He was rapping. It count.
He's the underboss.
Mac Man got more records than Andre 3000
No, he doesn't.
as a solo artist.
Andre is part of
As a
legendary
solo
before
artist.
Outkast.
How about that? That's a hot take for your ass.
Gutta
Well,
Gutta.
you're just talking about like as an
As an
actual
artist,
please.
as a solo act.
Well, there's a lot of people who
I know.
That's fair. Okay. All right. Okay.
That's for the internet.
Okay. Drake.
I said Bedrock's not coming
Twist.
through this door.
I
It's
love
over.
Bedrock. That Gutta Gutta
It's
verse.
over though. We all love Bedrock.
Okay, Lil
It's
Twist.
over.
Omarion was a
Lil
part of
Twist.
YMCMB.
Just read the list.
MMG
Okay.
with Mario. I put in Mario and
yeah,
MMG.
MMG, big O.
That's what I put together. I
Maybach
didn't bring
O.
Jay and Drake together. I inducted Mario to the MMG family. That's what I did.
Maybach
You know
O.
my press conference, legendary.
It was
man.
incredible.
All right, thank you.
When they announced Maybach O, and then I don't think he put out anything under MMG. Maybe one.
Why is the MMG press conference not in my highlight reel? I need that in my career highlight reel, man. Don't forget I brought you the MMG
Wait,
press
you
conference.
did the MMG press
I
conference?
hosted it, yes.
Okay, did you have? What was the preparation for them announcing Maybach O? Did they tell you, yo, we got something special?
I got the script the night before, and the big rumor was going to be Mace. Mace was everybody was supposed to sign Mace at one time in hip hop history. So I thought it was going to be Mace. So I'm looking through the itinerary, I'm like, Omarion. And I like Omarion, but
Yeah,
I'm just
shout
like,
out to Omarion.
I'm like, oh shit, these motherfuckers are gonna tear us up in the internet. They're expecting like a rapper, they're expecting like Mace. Their reveal's gonna be Omarion. When you have like, Puffs there, Leora, Swizz Beats, I'm bringing out all these heavyweights. And
So what you saying?
and then the headliner.
no, we thought the secret reveal was gonna be like a free agent rapper in demand or like a legendary hip hop artist, and it was Maybach O.
You saying Omarion not a legend?
It was I love Maybach O. That's my guy. Don't try to cause the dissension between me and Omarion.
They
I'm
gave
not.
him the red
I'm just
carpet.
That's my
asking.
guy. I'm just
like,
saying the fans expected a hip hop icon, not an R&B icon. They expected like a hip hop.
Okay.
Like this is the rapper, legendary rapper that joins the group. So
Omarion gave us Lil Saint, bro.
B2K. True.
you got served, brother.
True.
He gave us a lot.
Icebox. Supposed to
Icebox,
be.
where my heart used to be.
Girlfriend. Oh.
Maybach O.
Yeah.
Legendary press conference. So shout out Rose. You
That was. I didn't know that was crazy.
didn't know I hosted it?
No, I didn't
Oh,
know you
man,
hosted.
I'm gonna send you some footage.
Sometimes you got to remind the people. That was.
Yeah, I don't know why I don't get my credit, man. It's tough,
Come on.
terrible, man. Tough to
Okay.
get me.
There's a lot to talk about. Should we go? You know what? While we're on Lauryn though, what do you guys think of the diss track?
Oh, Pras.
It was Pras diss track.
Yo, that is the most dysfunctional rap group in hip history, hip
That's
hop
not
history.
true. That's not true. City
How
High.
not?
City High is.
The City High is not. City High's like the little cousins of them. That don't even count, man.
Well, they never really had the issues that City High had. You know what I'm saying? It was wild for a second.
What are you talking about? She had Child's Baby, and it was like, is he the father? Is he the father?
Well,
She made a classic hip hop album about it. It's one of the greatest albums of all time.
You're right. I just wanted to bring up City High.
No, but can we
FBI?
speak to that? Like, if you think about the history of the Lauren Wyclef Pras dynamic, and also like, does he have a weird case? Like, what's going on with Pras?
He's
Like,
got a weird case.
Did he get
He's
acquitted?
talking about it on
is
the
it, is
diss
this
track.
is this still active?
I think so.
Like,
There was like he was like
how
Obama
should he
was
be even
named,
allowed to
like,
tour and make money? I don't even know what this guy's doing.
So look. When
Look
you
at that
listen,
group.
when
Look
you
at that
listen,
legendary dysfunctional rap group.
when you listen to it, right? What did you think?
My only question was why?
Why the diss track?
Why go about this?
No,
way?
because he said in the thing. He said, I finally told Wyclef, I'm fed up with her. I don't want that money. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's how he can get his money. To get the Fuji moment, hit the road. There's been so many like stop and goes at times with them about doing the tour as the Fugees or her doing the tour and bringing them out. So finally he said, I'm fed up. Like I told Wyclef, I'm finally fed up. I don't want that money. I'm tired of
Is
what
it
she's
true
doing.
that they canceled the tour because of the sales?
Well, that was also the rumor. But then Lauren also said that they thought there was rumors against her that hurt the sales too, right? Ticket sales
Yeah.
also. So again, there's so many conspiracies to
Bro,
the situation.
first of all, it's gonna sound bad. A Lauryn Hill headline to me is bigger than a Fugees headline.
Of course.
And I think that she could just do the tour and just have them, like, it'd be dope to just bring them out. I don't necessarily think people are lining up for the Fugees tour as much as they are. Like Lauryn Hill still headlines festivals by herself.
No, she can do. I think what happened was she started. I don't know if completely true.
And she did the hip hop
Cover Boy
tribute
could
at
check.
Yankee Stadium.
I believe that it starts with her doing that, right? She was a strain for them for a while. Then I think she started to incorporate them as guests. She saw the reaction. And then now, can we do some co-building stuff or just have you be part of it? And that probably raised the value of what that ticket price was, right?
Yeah.
So I get a little bit more money. I break these fools off. I get to do these other records. So it expanded to that. But I think as that happens, though, there is that tension, like you said, because they know she could do it without them, right? She don't need them to have book those same tickets for the most part.
Correct.
But that's why Pras is fed up. I'm tired of going to try to get that money with y'all. Like, you can
And
get
then
played
having her not
and get
show up.
disrespected. I can't take it. Like, I get that I can catch a lick with y'all, but I'm Pras. I'm tired of this shit. Like,
So who's the problem?
Lauren, at the end of the day, obviously.
Damn.
It must be a little.
Well,
I
problem
agree there's
that
some
dynamic.
frustration.
Well, they're all the whole situation is toxic and problematic. I'm just saying, it's a Lauryn Hill show. We also know the other knock on Lauren is that she's not the most dependable. She can show up late. You don't know what kind of performance you're gonna get. Sometimes she can just kill it. Sometimes she's gonna speed up all her songs.
She's on God's timing.
You don't know what she's doing. She's on God's timing. So again, you know what you're getting. I just think it's funny, like this guy gets to the point where he's actually gonna make a record. Like, what's that gonna do? You're gonna give it to Flex? Like, what's that gonna what? Give it to DJ Head? Like, what's that gonna do? What is they gonna diss track gonna do?
I'm cool on this.
Lauren's gonna be like, yo, I heard that diss track. Pras is hurt, man.
I don't want nothing to
We
do
gotta
with
get
this
tour
record for the rest of this year.
The rest 2025, you're coming out hot.
2025 Pras. Hey, Pras, 2025, send me the record.
That Pras
this
record-
year I'm through. I'm
that
done.
Pras record thing make you feel like Euphoria? You didn't feel the same thing when you first heard Euphoria?
Don't do that.
Pras is Euphoria?
I got about
I got one for you, though.
75% through the record. I'm like, bro, what am I listening to?
Yeah, that's exactly how I felt.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
I'm from the era where we first made fun of Pras, right? Like,
Yeah.
what does he do, right? Clearly, we see she's an incredible, one of the all-time greats out the gate. Wyclef, people slept on it first, but he's playing the guitar. All of a sudden, you realize he's a weird genius in his own way,
Yeah.
too. It's like, what does Pras do? And I remember, like, I don't know how old you guys are in your hip-hop history. They used to lie and do the classic black thing of saying they were cousins. And they weren't cousins. And then it got revealed they weren't cousins. So it's like, okay, what does this guy add to the whole dynamic? And then we always used to clown him, like, what Pras? What they Pras? But then remember, they put Pras out. They got so big, even Pras could get a record deal. And then he caught a lick with the Ghetto Superstar record with Maya and ODB on the shit. So he had a hit record, like a legit hit record. And then we had to put a little bit of respect on his name. But it's like, everybody's always clowning Pras. But Pras has had his moments being in a position of power and even has a hit record or two.
And
Shout out to
he's essentially
Pras
an
for the
informant.
Ghetto
You
Ghetto
played that? You like,
Superstar.
that's one of your joys?
That's 100 BPM.
That's why it worked?
That's it.
If it would have been 97 BPM,
It still would have worked.
Pras wouldn't have caught a hit with that
No, it
one.
would still would have worked. But never mind.
But do you remember the era of clowning Pras, the early days of clowning Pras?
I remember people talking shit about Pras, like, what does he do?
Yeah.
I remember somebody made the comparison to him and Slow Down from the St. Lunatics.
Okay, yep,
They didn't
exactly.
even give him Murphy Lee.
Nah, Slow Down, because Slow
Mike
Down
Lester
didn't.
Murphy Lee.
Slow Down didn't have a mic.
Nelly's Lauren.
Slow Down was the dude with the half mask.
Yeah. I did. Yeah.
Slow down.
Yeah, damn. Well, speaking about all of the classics, do we need a contemporary adult hip hop category? A lot of people have been talking about this I don't even know who coined the term, but
No.
I feel like a lot of people have been talking about that. You,
No.
you don't think so?
Where's the adult contemporary pop category? Or where's the adult contemporary fucking country category? Like, fuck off. I'm
think
just saying, like,
But you think it's almost like insulting the fact that
yes. Like, why you keep trying to diversify our portfolio, bro? We straight over
all
here.
hip-hop.
And I'm not with this. Now, let me get my shit, right? And I'm
Jeremy,
not.
why he's doing that? Look up Q-Tip, Kamal Abstract,
And I
Q-Tip
don't like-
on Twitter. He said something about adult contemporary. in one of
I
his
don't like
tweets.
the fact that I don't like that shit, bro. Don't try to like break up our
I just
hip
don't
hop.
see the reward you get. Like, I don't think anybody gives you like what certification do you get? Like even Common and P-Rock. I don't want that to be viewed.
And
like,
I don't like us
that's a
going to the
great
Rock and
adult
Roll
dude.
Hall of Fame either. I don't like that shit either.
A little tangent.
I just
What's
don't
wrong
like
with that?
it. Why we in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Because we ain't created our own. We don't create our own. We just do a lot of talking.
Exactly. Why we
And
going to
want that
Rock?
validation?
Why are we doing that? We just want this adulation from put Kanye over there and Candace Owens in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I'm cool on that shit.
That's a scary rock and roll Hall of Fame right there. I don't want to be there. It's gonna be in Cleveland. I don't want to go there.
I'm not just saying. Put MGK in there then. I don't.
The Rap Devil was pretty good.
That shit was fire. I got Rap Devil on my
That's
playlist.
the best diss record against Eminem ever.
Rap Devil was the closest anyone came to tarnishing
That
him.
shit was
touching
hard,
Eminem.
bro. He got that off.
Yeah.
I mean, Eminem went on to be.
Yeah, Eminem still did win that
Eminem went on
battle,
to
but
be
it was-
proving he's
yeah,
greater and greater.
yeah,
but
Hey, that Rap Devil was hard. Fool.
I don't know. But I thought Q-Tip had said something about it that because if he's anybody, he should champion it. But like, I just don't get the reward. Like, I like the common people I got my like. If they get adult contemporary certification, like, what does that give you? Like, I don't understand how it would work. Like, we don't take that. We never took that charge seriously. Like, that's like what Kenny G or some
Adult
shit.
contemporary rap is crazy.
Yeah, Q-Tip said it was device. Adding adult contemporary is
divisive.
divisive.
That's what I just said.
Yeah,
It'd be nice to have everything in one pod.
It's hip hop, bro.
Called
Like,
traditional
But
hip-hop.
is it still?
he said.
Oh, let's play devil's advocate though. Again, I'm a grown ass man, even more grown than you, and you're a grown ass man. Is it unfair that you could rap better still at your age, like Eminem and all these guys, but you can't really compete unless you have the huge numbers to really be recognized, right?
No, good. If it's good, people it's gonna be all right for you. If it's not, it's just not. Make better shit.
Yeah.
That's just what the nature of this is. I don't see that to me is really inflammatory. Like adult contemporary. Who said that?
I don't know where it started. I heard like a few people.
Ninth Wonder?
Ninth is the first person to say it. So Ninth on here said a couple things, but he said, this Common and Pete Rock album begs the conversation I've been having with folks for at least 20 years now. Adult contemporary hip hop needs its own category.
See, I think that's always said when that record comes out. We don't even know how much that sold, right? Because it didn't sell like huge numbers.
Yeah.
So I think all of a sudden, if adult hip hop artist makes a record and the consensus is like, oh, it's underappreciated, can we give you a category or something to show that we think it's dope and validate it? Like, how do we validate it? It's probably the real question.
But
I guess you'll say the answer is, hey, Common and Pete Rock, map out those 20 cities and do these venues and get your situation going.
The thing is, bro,
see if you can move those
I
tickets.
don't listen. I'm a fall back. But Ninth is my guy. Two people I don't argue with about culture is Ninth Wonder and Killer Mike. So I'm a fall back, but I just don't. But I disagree.
That's a good list.
What you mean?
Knife Wonder, Killer Mike.
I
Is
don't
there a
argue
third?
with them about culture.
Have you done it in the past?
I have
learned
definitely.
your lesson the hard
I'm
way.
cool. I don't want no smoke. But I'm just, I'm just
Is
saying.
this on camera? Did anybody have video?
I'm just
this?
saying, like, I don't argue with them two gentlemen about culture, but I will say that I disagree that we need a adult contemporary hip hop category.
And you saw that too. Killer Mike, album you said is really dope. Nobody knows, but Anthony Hamilton had low sales, right?
Yeah.
They weaponized
And they're
sales
weaponizing
again.
it against
because I
him,
guess he
too.
took a jab at Travis about people mad that he won a Grammy over like the bigger, quote unquote, hotter artists. It's just like, again, how do you validate that? Killer Mike's case, he won a Grammy. Nobody cares about how many sales he had or what his situation
Yeah, what did
is.
Michael do? What were the Michael numbers?
It was low, just
Yeah,
like
I
these
don't think it
numbers,
was super
probably.
high.
compared
Oh
to
my
whatever.
God. Well,
How
what
do
are we
you
gonna
judge
do?
success?
What are we gonna do now, Batman?
What's the
Like,
bigger
what the
picture?
fuck are we talking about?
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
do you judge success in 2024?
But it is weird because it's like even that tweet that Z posted where it was like 100,000 is hard to come by these days.
Hell yeah.
Like 100,000 people need to understand. No one except for your favorite
wait a minute,
biggest artist in the
Let's
world.
read it. Our guy Z.
Yeah, he said people
From
don't
DJ Booth
realize how difficult it is to sell 100K albums in the first week in 2024. That's equal to 150 million streams.
Let's stay on that for a second. 150 million streams
It's a lot of streams.
will get you 100K first week.
Told you the algorithms, but go ahead, keep reading.
So, for perspective, only 6 rap albums, M, Future, and Metro ×2, Ye, Cole, and 21, have crossed that mark this year, and all 6 acts debuted pre-streaming era, meaning they came out before streaming was even a thing when they were selling albums, and
Correct.
now they're selling albums and streaming.
I keep telling y'all this is not like the metric shit is not it. That's not the way you should do it. I'm not even saying like we should be beholden to hard ticket sales, but just posting and weaponizing people's numbers and their first week sales and all that kind of, I don't like that shit.
It really is a wave of the weaponizing of the sales numbers.
Yeah.
It's crazy right now.
It is. I said that in the beginning.
No, I know, yeah.
No, because nobody's gonna say, man, you know what? Lil Wayne came out and did 1 million in the first week. That was incredible. That was crazy. Like that gets like, okay, passed over or whatever. You know what I mean?
I
Like
mean, that was a big deal when that happened.
it was that's what I'm saying. But now you don't get those celebrations. Who's
Oh,
talking?
because there's no one doing it, so no one's like championing.
That's what I'm saying. Who's talking about Janae selling out arenas?
Yeah.
Who's talking about, even when Meg Thee Stallion went on tour, I just see hella press around Meg Thee Stallion doing arenas. Nicki Minaj just did arenas.
They only do press when they don't sell out the arena. It'll be like, oh, they
Oh,
didn't
I saw
fill it out.
Nelly's empty show. It was sound check. Oh, Meg Thee Stallion didn't sell out. Bro, they shut the water off for some shit in the arena. Like, it was like, it's only the negative shit. I don't like that shit, bro. Like, when you have, for instance, I'll give you an example. Metro and Future just did Toronto.
I was just thinking that, arenas.
Where's the press around that?
Just stomping around Toronto like nobody's business, Jeremy.
Where's Elliott? Elliott's the only one in hip hop that posted Future and Metro sold out in Toronto.
Why not?
No, I'm not saying. I'm saying.
He's saying more people.
Where's the press? Now, if Metro and Future got their show canceled,
or if there wasn't enough people there,
you
don't think it's crazy that Metro, the lead troublemaker of this whole thing, if you think about it, he started the "We Don't Trust You" movement, right? Which again, am I bugging if it doesn't seem like that was against Drake?
He led the elimination of Drake.
He led the elimination of Drake. He's the conductor. Gave Kendrick the canvas to start it off.
Yep.
To say there's no Big Free, to do his modern day control. It's just Big Me. Fuck everybody else.
Yep.
Which is just pretty much a sentiment in control 11 years ago.
Yeah.
Fuck everybody. It's me. That they could stomp around and have a little party up in Toronto, and that's sweet. It's crazy to me. Like, the one that really started it, the one that really you should have smoke for, because you don't have any smoke for Future, as you said. We ain't ever really been through it. So they can go to Toronto, they could have a party and stomp it out, and everything's great. But I just think it's interesting.
I don't think the arena, like, you can't really control. It's like the people want to see them. The history venue I get, because that was his venue. He's like, I have control over this. I'm going to not let them. You can't stop.
But you know Metro was enjoying it,
Oh,
man.
Metro probably loved that.
It was a whole lot of
shit.
like, Toronto!
Yeah, they just
Toronto in the house. Toronto! Make some noise, Toronto!
We love you, Toronto!
Yo, Toronto!
Yeah, no, they were.
Toronto, if you love Future, make some noise!
Yeah, they're probably working on like a mini documentary about this. You got to do this Future and Metro documentary. They might give you the call.
Metro won't talk, damn it.
Yeah,
troublemaker.
No, that was crazy. I do agree though. I think we should praise great things more than we tear down things when they don't work.
That's not gonna happen.
I know it's not gonna happen because of negativity generally, but I would love.
Never that.
I would love to see it. You did okay. So
I have a negative thing to say about you, Jeremy.
About me? Oh, you want to talk about control?
Yeah, let's talk about control.
Okay.
Brother.
So I put up.
You got a little excited out there, man.
I got a little excited, but you know me, I'm Mr. Hyperbole. I'll say something is the best ever, something is the biggest ever. No matter what, I go all the way or the worst ever. And so I tweeted.
And then Hed quoted you and put his little eyes on it too?
Emoji, yeah.
Like,
we got a lot of replies. A lot of people agreed. A lot of people were saying no and then didn't have a verse. And then, of course, Hit 'Em Up. I do not want to put disrespect on Hit 'Em Up's impact.
Let me read this.
You can read this.
Let me read this X by Jeremy Hecht.
First X in a long time, by the way.
Kendrick's Control is the most impactful verse in hip-hop history. You want to expound on that, King?
Yes. So let me explain my thought process.
I feel like when you say King, it's not often said with respect or reverence.
No, I don't think he's imagining a crown when he says it.
King.
He's not put like that Kendrick picture about Control where he's got the crown on his head.
You're not my brother without no respect or reverence.
Somebody did comment. They're like, the way that DJ Head says King every time.
It doesn't always be respect and reverence. Not a lot of times.
But sir, let me expand quickly.
Go ahead.
So
Sir Hecht.
So this wasn't out of nowhere. First of all, let's talk about how this was. You were posting a lot about it. It was the anniversary.
I was excited to find out it was the anniversary. I didn't know. I learned in real time.
Okay. Now, let me just get a couple things straight. Can we agree that we just witnessed the biggest...
Let's give some context, though, because I don't think everybody understands Control.
Okay, so for those of you...
It was a younger audience.
So Control, this is 11 years ago. Kendrick is on a song...
It's Big Sean's record.
With Big Sean and Jay Electronica, okay? And Big Sean, was rapping his ass off, and Jay Electronica is doing, like, real mysterious stuff.
Mid.
And it wasn't a bad verse.
He closed it out with some midness?
You just haven't heard it. I don't think you've actually heard it.
Electronica was mid?
You just hate Jay Electronica.
I don't hate Jay Electronica. I just don't like his
don't
raps.
like him.
So you like Sean's verse, though, on this?
Yeah.
Sean rapped first, Kendrick, and then Jay Electronica. So you feel like he closed it out with some midness at the end. Midness in the business at the end.
I just think it hasn't been heard. I always say DJs could drop it now. You could drop it on your show, and it's a brand new record premiering the Jay Electronica.
I won't be playing it.
I know you wouldn't do that, but we could give it to other DJs.
Okay.
So Kendrick comes in on the second verse and basically states, he puts his foot in the sand and says, I'm the guy. Here are my peers, but I want to out-rap them. I'm better than them.
Jermaine Cole, Big Crit, Wale, Pusha T, Big Bill, A$AP Rocky, Drake, Big Sean, Dre Electron, Tyler Mac Miller. I got love for all y'all, but I'm trying to murder you niggas. Trying to make sure your court fans never heard of you niggas.
For everyone who's listening in audio, that was Elliott who read that. If you're just listening.
That wasn't you saying the word?
No, that wasn't
Sure.
me. So he basically said he's the best and he's bringing
Big
competition.
Me
It's
back in the day. Big
but
Me.
he listed a bunch of other people. And I also don't think he was wrong with who he named here to help run the next 10 years. You know, you could argue for Jay Electronica not dropping, but besides that, like, you know, the big three is in there. Tyler elevated from there. Big Sean elevated from there. Mac Miller elevated
this is
from there.
2011, right?
2013.
2013.
So
Is that like the prime selected the blog era right there?
yeah,
basically,
absolutely.
Besides, yeah.
They shut down the blogger. This was a big moment.
Even Pusha T had a run after that as a solo artist.
I would
so
include.
what do you recall of the impact of the record, DJ Hed?
What, Control?
At the time.
For us or just in general?
Yeah, because you was still living I was in the East Coast. You was in the West Coast, obviously.
Well, for us, it was just like, hey, he said what he said. Like, what you mean?
Like that West Coast.
He said what he said.
But did you sense right away that there may be some upsetting going around in New York?
I think that he ruffled feathers, but I think it was more. Okay, this is my honest thought. I don't think that people are offended when they hear records with their names on it. I think that they get offended when they see other people reacting to it.
Well, yeah, a lot of people jumped in and did answer records that weren't dissed on the record in New York.
Yeah.
Fab was
King
like, "Where's the
Lowe's, Joe
studio?"
Budden, like-
Fab's like, "Where's the studio?" It's like Fab, he wasn't
I
dissed.
think
Fab
that
did.
I think just like in altercations in real life, you allow people to pump you up to feel a certain way that you might not have authentically felt. Like, I don't think that, like, even Big Sean, I believe that he was like, whoa, that was crazy, but it was his record. He put the record out. Like, you know, it didn't obviously make it on the album, but he put the record out.
He brought it to the DJs.
So it's like, here's the record. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
Didn't
I
make
don't
the
think
album,
that
but-
he personally took it like that. I think he's like, oh yeah, we rapping. Like, he took it in sport. That's my belief. And I talked to Sean about it. I think that's what, that's where he was coming from. Everybody else is like, oh, it's sport. It's on. Let's get to it then.
Well, except for one person in particular. And that's what I was...
Well, you tucked a sensitive rapper back in his pajama clothes.
On the BET Cypher. So basically what I was saying with this
High five.
impact thing...
Oh,
they're
God.
gonna be... Okay.
Not high five.
I was only high-fiving because I like DJ Hed and we were just high-fiving. I was not high-fiving.
He's from Toronto,
I
man.
wasn't high-fiving the demise of Drake
No,
or
I
anything,
wasn't. I wasn't high-five. Joke's on you. Ha ha.
Okay, all right. Okay. Bulletproof, I know. So
DJ Hed, did you enjoy that cipher? I can't tell. Did you enjoy that cipher?
That was fire.
you know what I that was when we were on the red carpet once. I asked you what the best BET Cypher is and we talked about that. And
Yeah, that was a fire-ass cipher. I like that one in the high Rihanna moment. Shout out to Slaughterhouse.
So, okay. But the reason I said that this was
Yes.
the most impactful verse, and we could say one of, I mean, put it
You can
one,
say
put
no,
it two.
stand on it, man.
But here's the reason, okay?
Stand on that tweet.
And you're a part of this, Elliott. So
Okay.
the one person that took control
Why is everybody pointing at me this episode? Point him out. Point him out.
Just all you gotta do is lean back and just
I'm
rock.
right here. There's
No,
free,
do the rock away.
There's free chairs. We're right. I know how far away I can rock away from you.
Yeah,
do the
we're
rock
all
away.
right
here.
rocking away. It's
We're
because
all
you're
right
rocking
here.
away.
It's gonna be great for our audio listeners
Hey,
on
just pull up your
Spotify
pants and do the
and
rock
Apple.
away. You from New York?
Okay, I'll no more pointing.
All right.
I can't guarantee that. I talk with my hands.
Okay,
Shout out
so
to Kevin Gates.
yeah, they were getting at you in the chat about that Kevin Gates interview.
Yeah,
We
no.
can come back to
Whatever.
that, but shout out to Kevin Gates. Okay, so Elliott does an interview with Drake, and this is what, a few days after Control,
Maybe about a week
like
after.
a week after.
Yep.
Okay, and
On the release night of the day before release night of Nothing was the same.
Oh, that's
Yes.
the We Know Drake.
yes, so
We know.
Nothing Was the Same is about to drop. Elliott does a crown, a
We
live
both
interview.
have no facial hair. It's
no
very scary.
facial hair, and
Beards weren't in yet, guys. Sorry, we're completely
both
faceless.
cheesing, fam.
Cheesing, fam.
And there was nervous energy, like you've said, in the
I
crowd.
never get nervous, Jeremy. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I'm not nervous. Yeah, no. But
I do get nervous.
But the crowd was basically, someone yelled out Control. At this point, it was hard to ignore because everyone was talking about Control.
Yeah, yeah.
And there had been some replies on Twitter. Some like Mac Miller joked about it. Pusha T said, understood. And it seemed like everyone else who had done interviews, like Wale did an interview, A$AP Rocky did an interview, and they said it's competition. I get it. I see what he's saying. And there's the whole J. Cole thing with Diddy, which caused a whole. That's for another story. But Drake is the one person who publicly, when you're interviewing him, did say something to the effect of, and we can insert it, but he said,
"Oh no, man, fuck everybody, man, shit."
Well,
I'm
it seems
just-
like if you talk about, like someone yelled out Kendrick. It seems like nowadays people want to build Kendrick.
Nobody yelled out Kendrick. You just heard that in your head.
No, earlier.
When you go to sleep, you just hear somebody be like, "Kendrick Lamar."
No, but here's what's funny about you and Kendrick Lamar. It's like people forget you had him on Take Care. You had him on Buried Alive. You talked about a meeting that you guys had where you kind of was schooling him on the game. And there's a great line about how he realized he's the same age as you, and it made him rude and impatient. So it's almost like it's very foreshadowing. He ended up making a great record, Good Kid, Mad City. Just the connection.
Phenomenal album, by the way. Phenomenal album. Yeah, round of applause.
And then now he takes a competitive stance with a verse like Control. And then you said that he's not murdering you in any platform, but that's where that rivalry. That's where people want to try to build. That's if you want to try to build a rivalry. Like, what's your take on that? Do you feel like that they're trying to create a competition that he's not on your level because of your accomplishments? Like, do you feel like they're trying to hype this up and elevate it too much?
Nah, I feel like that's it. It's like, he's the new guy to love, and of course, I mean, rightfully so. He's super talented, But thank you. But he's but he's like, he is the underdog that's extremely hungry. You know what I'm saying? And he's doing his thing really well. And that verse was. He's giving people like moments, like that verse was a moment to talk about. Are you listening to it now at this point in time? Okay. And then, but it was real cool for like, a couple weeks. But like, if I asked you, for example, like, how does that verse start?
No, do you remember?
It was a moment. It was a moment. But who's talking about it now? Do you remember the start of the verse? Right?
Mm-hmm. And I couldn't recall the start of the verse.
And you couldn't recall the start of the verse. All I was saying
Miscellaneous Minds or something like that.
But I think the actual verse starts with after that is, tell Flex to drop a bomb.
Yeah, that's
right?
how people mostly get a record, yeah.
But my point being is, if we all sat up here first episode and said that this was the biggest mainstream rap battle of all time, right? The most impact, not necessarily, we go big and Pac didn't have social media, hip hop wasn't the number one genre.
Greatest battle.
Yeah, okay. So this Control verse ultimately led to, in my opinion, because of your interview and what Drake said, and then the back and forth in the cypher, the biggest rap battle in the history of the genre. And that verse sparked it, and we still are talking about its impact. Even in Euphoria, Kendrick references, "You don't want to work with me no more." Okay, that's talking about this because they never worked together after Control. The impact is clear.
There's a direct line from this
domino
record
effect.
to Not Like Us, Kendrick Lamar.
That's all I'm saying.
Number 3 record in the country right now.
Yes.
So
Now,
there's
I'm
a direct line.
Not discrediting. If you say Hit 'Em Up is more impactful, I'm not mad at that at all. There was real legends that we lost from that verse. But nobody could name me another verse besides those two verses that had more impact. And I'm open to hearing.
Put the X back up.
Okay.
The Jeremy Hecht X. Because
We can't call it Twitter tweets anymore? Shall Elon?
nah, Elon changed it. It says Kendrick's Control is the most impactful verse in hip hop history. Jeremy Hecht, you know I fuck with you.
I know you do. I know it's respect.
I fuck with you, bro.
Yeah.
But you just took 5-6 minutes of my life to say a whole bunch of bullshit.
Why was that bullshit? What did you
You
disagree
just
with?
explained, you said a whole lot of words and didn't explain nothing.
How did I not explain?
Miscellaneous mind?
That verse led to...
No, it didn't lead to.
Yes, it did. Without Control, we don't have that.
Okay. So are you saying that nothing before the Control verse existed in the ethos between none of those rappers?
I'm saying Drake and Kendrick's relationship completely shattered after Control, and whether or not there was something on Kendrick's side, I don't know, because he did know about the ghostwriting stuff. Who knows? But that verse directly shattered their relationship, and Drake's reply helped.
What was Drake's reply?
saying, yeah, it was a cool moment, but I'm trying to make timeless music. This, nobody.
He only considers Kanye as competition at that time, he said.
So you think that that's indicative of what happened now?
Yes.
That's why no.
Because so after that, right after that, there's your eye emojis. Right after that was the BET cipher. The BET cipher where Kendrick said, I tucked a sensitive rapper back in his pajama clothes, talking about Drake being too sensitive about the control verse.
You high five it again.
They
They only did it
Joke's
once.
on you. Okay.
They only did it once.
Then Drake,
Schoolboy Q only did it once, brother.
yeah, well, it was only one.
Quincy only did it once. Man.
But on Nothing Was the Same, Drake replies, and then from there we see subliminals for the next 10 years. How is that not from the control verse?
So you're saying that this is the most impactful verse in hip hop?
See, that's
As
the
in
part
that
that's tough.
verse,
Yes.
not that the verse was the greatest bars of all time or
The
best
most
verse.
impactful.
Impactful. Because if you want to give the biggest rap battle in history as a direct correlation from this verse,
here's why you're wrong. You guys high
There's
five.
multiple ways why he's wrong. You go for one, I go one.
You high five twice because in Hed's mind, that tuck him in the pajamas moment is the memorable moment more than even anything he said on this verse here.
but that doesn't happen without control.
No, but that doesn't make that the most impactful verse. That negates it because you could correlate another moment that represents that even more. It like engulfs it even quicker, like a tweet version of it.
A rapper with
That
a ghostwriter
version.
is more impactful than
And
both.
that
that
doesn't
stuff.
happen without
No, it's the
control.
origin. It's the origin
Yeah,
story. You were right.
I'm saying it's the seed. This is the seed. You could.
But you're not saying this is the most impactful moment in the Drake Kendrick battle or the most.
You said in hip hop.
You saying hip hop history, the song
Hip-hop
itself. And here's the
history.
thing: the other problem is this: is that
How about the first goddamn verse ever written, the most impactful verse in hip hop?
Here's my hot take, Jeremy.
Okay.
On that stage in 2013, Drake was right. Drake was right. We weren't going back and pumping that record. We didn't have to hear that record 75 times to realize what that record did and how it got every fucking rapper out of their fucking mind. Guys that weren't even mentioned, as Hed said earlier, writing verses, kicking back at Kendrick. Like, how dare this guy declare he's the new king in some type of sense? Like, so in the moment, it was hugely impactful. But then it led to other moments that just continue the further thing. But nobody goes back and plays that record. There's no demand of, oh my God, we got to finally get this record on the DSPs. Like, no one listens to that record. We just know what happened, and we only really center on the verse we put up where we talks about his peers. Because as you said, Hed said, when you mention names, it's a big deal. So nobody remembers it like that as a verse per se. They just remember that Kendrick put his flag down. And in the modern day version, he did that with Like Me. And it set off this thing. So yeah, I don't think it's far from the most impactful verse per se. It's an impactful moment. It's definitely the origin of the whole thing too, which doesn't get the credit it deserves. I agree with you. They never were cool again after that moment. Solidified by pajama pants after that. And but the verse itself, no, I don't think Hed's demand is like, I gotta play that record. Let me play the control verse. We just know if you was around in 2013 and in hip hop, you know how impactful that was. It's probably one of the most impactful moments in hip hop. But I don't think it's the impactful verse.
You took a few minutes. I'm gonna take a couple minutes. I got a couple questions for you. You a hip hop journalist. Okay. So
which one? Talking about Jeremy?
Yeah, I'm talking to Jeremy. This is Jeremy's ISO right now. Okay.
So the ISO is when you're speaking.
I understand that, but this is his ISO.
You setting him up for his ISO.
Yes.
You're lobbing.
Certified cover boy.
Yeah.
You calling to play for him.
Trying to play up in the sand for him. Okay. So Drake looked up to who as a rapper?
Kanye.
Okay. And Kanye looked up to who?
Jay.
Okay. So Jay-Z was signed to what label?
Rockefeller.
Okay. And because he couldn't get signed to any other record label, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a rap quiz.
Okay.
Passing
Set the
so
table.
far. Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
You're good. Okay. So is Jay-Z the first rap superstar?
The first, no.
Who is?
First rap superstar?
Yeah.
I was gonna say LL.
It got to be LL Cool J.
Okay.
Okay. So LL Cool J, first rap superstar globally.
Yeah.
Right? Can we agree on that?
Mm-hmm.
Will Smith,
Okay.
first rapper to win a Grammy.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So you have these two icons, right?
Yeah.
Who pioneered in their own right a whole everything. Will Smith beefed with Eminem. Okay? You're saying that Kendrick.
Eminem dissed him.
You're saying that Kendrick Lamar Duckworth
Yeah.
did a verse on a Big Sean record that wasn't on the album.
Didn't even come out.
Was the most impactful verse in hip hop history.
I did say that, yeah.
Now, you having knowledge of the wide gamut of hip hop, you think that tweet, that X that you put up still holds water?
I mean, I'm not backing down from it.
I'm not saying you back out. I'm just asking.
I will. Okay, what I will say is there recency bias in that tweet based on my experience? 100%. I didn't live through more impactful verses.
Shit,
I'm sure.
Me either.
I'm sure. But and I did give "Hit 'Em Up" as a more impactful verse. I did concede to that.
Tupac looked up. Kendrick looks up to Tupac.
Yeah.
Tupac got more impactful verses than the Control verse.
So I guess what the
In hip hop history is the part.
Well,
That's the
But all I'm saying is this battle impacted more people than anything else in hip hop in terms of just knowledge of the moment, people talking about it, mainstream attention, only because of the climate we live in and because of social media. Yeah. But because that is the biggest moment potentially in hip hop history where everyone was tuned in, not in terms of like impact, but just in terms of like everyone tuned in to this moment. Mm-hmm. That stemmed, in my opinion, from the Control verse. That's why I'm making that argument. I'm not saying that verse, you're right, there's verses that maybe we know more or that did more for hip hop at the time or created more superstars or won a Grammy. All I'm saying is if we look at this moment as a direct correlation from the seed that was planted with Control, no seed has been planted that grew into a larger tree.
And I think when you say impact, it's going to lean towards the Beef Records, right?
I disagree.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Okay.
What you mean the seed? Fool, do you understand that?
I thought he was a king. Now he's a fool.
I went from king to fool.
I'm from LA. That's
West Coast fool.
That's how we talk. I'm from, shout out to the fool community. But I disagree because there's a man named Andre Young who was part of a group called NWA. Yeah. And then he was part of Death Row. And then he had Aftermath. And then they got 50 Cent. And then Eminem, and then 50 Cent, and then from there came
Kendrick. And I think Dr. Dre has the most impactful family tree in hip hop history. Just give me a verse. All I'm asking for is verses. If you
Straight
guys
out
have
of
them,
Compton.
Tell me the verses.
Crazy
and I'm
motherfucker
open.
named Ice Cube.
You want to
from
know
a gang called Niggas with Attitude.
The
That's
most
an impactful verse.
The most impactful verse. The most impactful verse or contender.
Yeah.
You would say Control. Which one would you say?
I just gave you an Ice Cube. There's many. I'm just saying. I was saying that it would lend itself to favor the Beef Records, which would be a hit 'em up and stuff like that. But also, if you just judge rapping, you judge the dope opening line rap, like the Straight Outta Compton, Crazy Motherfucker Ice Cube. Allow me to reintroduce myself.
First off, fuck your bitch.
I got you stuck off the realness. Yeah, the beat.
First off,
yes,
fuck your bitch.
You can't beat the diss records.
That's crazy.
You can't beat the diss records.
Ice tweeted that too. He said that, and I said that. I said "Hit 'Em Up" is more impactful.
You can't beat the diss records. So you have the diss record side, and then you have as an MC the great opening verse. Prodigy was great at it. Jay's great at it. Those when you think impactful verses, that's what your ear tends to go to and say those are impactful verses.
So you have "Hit 'Em Up."
Hell yeah.
Okay, so I literally said that right after I said that.
I'm gonna honestly say not even "Hit 'Em Up." I'm gonna say most impactful verse, and this is biased for me, but it would have to be 1, 2, 3 into the 4.
Mm-hmm. Snoop Doggy Dogg and Dr. Dre is at the door.
That's one of the ones because
that's the beginning. That's the intro though.
That's the intro because it's like kids. Everybody knows that. Like you have to be in. You have to. Now I get what you're saying. The lineage of Control.
Yeah.
That's not indicative of the most impactful verse. That means that verse gave a lineage of most impactful. Can we just say
no one loves the actual Control record?
Nobody likes the record.
Yeah, no
one loves the actual
The record is not a good record.
The record's not a good record. It shouldn't have made the album.
Rap song.
But it's crazy that it's probably the most impactful. It's impactful. It's in the conversation, and no one can take away the impact of what it was in real time and what it carried to the
This man said 1, 2, 3 into the 4.
To the 4.
What you mean?
Yeah.
It's fucking Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg is the answer.
Yeah, you tweeted that. You said,
oh, Lord.
So, and you were referring to the Olympics, right? Well, you were referring to being the biggest rapper of all time.
I'm referring to life.
Yeah.
It's always Snoop. It's been Snoop. It's going to be Snoop.
So you with that theory that what's the people always say Snoop is the most popular rapper?
Snoop is the biggest
rapper
rapper ever in history of rap. The biggest rapper ever in history of rap is from Long Beach, California. That's a fact.
On the Olympic stage.
He said "cuz" on NBC. Twice.
I mean, he's
you know what I'm saying?
He Crips walks into the Super Bowl.
You know
Crips walks on TV.
The answer is Snoop. It's always been Snoop. Snoop Dogg, Biggie came out wanting to sell records like Snoop. Tupac, in his handwritten letter to Suge Knight from jail, wanted a verse from Snoop Doggy Dogg. These are facts. Two of the goats, right? Everybody, bro, corrupt, who Kendrick looks up to, gets produced by Snoop. It's Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg was on the Olympics, on international global television.
Being
So
Snoop.
can he just be the most beloved hip hop
No,
figure?
he's the biggest,
The most
bro.
beloved.
Give Snoop
He's
his
the most
flowers.
beloved.
Hey, dog, Elliott Wilson up here tripping.
He's
I'm
bigger than
telling you
Jay.
right-
He's bigger than Jay-Z. Snoop Dogg is bigger than Jay-Z.
Bigger than Jay-Z.
Snoop Dogg is bigger than
Yeah.
Jay-Z.
I
Fact.
think
Come
so
on.
too. If you go international,
Blasphemy.
50 Cent is bigger than
Blasphemy.
Jay-Z internationally. Eminem's bigger than Jay-Z
That's
internationally.
because he's trying to say
Snoop
because
Dogg
his
is
wife,
bigger.
his wife is Beyonce.
No, that's
Come
not
on.
because his wife is Beyonce. It's
That's what I say.
because Snoop Dogg
He's the most beloved.
No, Snoop Dogg transcends music. Snoop Dogg transcends hip hop.
Culture.
He's bigger than music.
But he's beloved. No one hates Snoop Dogg.
That's not true. It's people that hate Snoop. You just don't know who they are because they don't have a
They're from-
platform.
They're from California. They don't have a platform.
You know what I'm saying? These people don't like Snoop.
I could drive to
Hell,
the- I
don't have a
ask-
microphone.
ask
only
Black
people that
Snoop.
only people that got issues with Snoop, we can get into the car and drive into the neighborhoods and say hi to them. That's it.
No, that's not true.
There's no kid in St. Louis. Oh man, I hate that Snoop Dogg. Like this, that's not happening.
So you're saying you have to
He's
have
the most
adversity in order
beloved figure
to.
in hip hop history. Beloved.
You're saying that he has to
Popular.
have adversity in order to be the biggest?
But how is he not bigger than Jay?
Well, first of all, he's not even in the conversation. We talk about greatest MCs. He doesn't
But
sell
those, are two,
records.
those are two
Thanks.
combos. Two combos.
I said biggest.
Not greatest.
How you the biggest in hip hop and you can't sell records like your peers, like an Eminem or a Jay-Z or these type of people?
Snoop is bigger than records.
Culture.
Snoop is culture.
So where's the
Snoop-
hard ticket for that?
I'm gonna say
He's
something.
Where's
at
the
the Olympics.
cultural hard ticket?
He's at the Olympics. That's a
Where's
cultural,
the cultural hard ticket?
I'm
He's
gonna tell
sitting
you
up
something
there.
that you're
You
not
don't
gonna
think if
like.
Jay-Z wanted to be at the Olympics, he could be at the Olympics?
Of course he could.
I don't think he would get the reception that.
Of course he
Now,
could.
now reception is the thing. They're gonna cheer loud. That's the hard
You don't
ticket.
think if
Reception-
Nicki wanted to, she could sell records like?
Huh?
You don't think if Nicki wanted to, she could sell out arenas or records
I
just
didn't
like
say
everybody
that.
else?
Yes, Nicki's
Everybody can do what the
Nicki's a
fuck they
bigger
wanna
rapper.
do.
Nicki's a bigger rapper than Snoop Dogg
bigger. You're
in terms of success, in terms of as an artist's career.
yeah. But we're talking about
Yes.
okay.
So you're talking about culturally, which
Yeah.
again is about being beloved culturally.
No, that's not true.
It
You're
is.
your culture and you're not beloved.
I don't want to be beloved. I want the big numbers, motherfucker. I'm on top.
But what
I'm
I'm-
that guy.
but that's what
I
I'm
didn't want to be beloved.
No, but what I'm saying
there's
is-
Ghostface Killer and there's Jay-Z.
But it's
that's the
but it's
difference.
two different conversations.
You're changing the conversation because it's convenient. It's a hype to say this, but
No.
that doesn't make him bigger than the people, the Jay-Z's and the Eminems and the guys that have sold records and done things culturally.
Snoop Dogg is
He
culture.
doesn't make him bigger.
Snoop Dogg is
He
hip
may
hop.
be the most cultural. He's the most beloved, and I love Snoop. Everybody loves Snoop. That's the point. He can be the most beloved. He can be the most popular. He can be the most recognized by grandmas across the motherfucking country in the Western Hemisphere, and no one hates him. And that's the appeal. He's turned into a darling. We love him. He's Unc. He's a heart and soul. Everybody fucks with him. He's beloved.
Yeah. But
That's
then
the
wouldn't he
pull.
be the biggest
I want
also?
to see him on my TV. I don't want to see Jay at the lacrosse thing, and I love Jay. I don't want to see Eminem at the thing. I want to see Snoop. So he's the most beloved. But I think y'all hype it up too much to make him the king of hip hop because that doesn't make you the king of hip
He's
hop.
not a king.
I'm not having a hip hop conversation. I'm telling you, he's bigger than hip hop.
He's hip hop. It is hip hop conversation.
No,
anytime
he
walks
is
in the
hip hop,
room.
but he's bigger than hip hop.
But he's done it in a way that's authentic. He's
To
not
him.
crossed over.
Snoop is bigger than the program.
Stay with me when I just said that. He's done it in a way where it's authentic. He's never looked at he's crossed over.
Yeah.
Which is why it's
still
empowered
hip-hop.
him to be this person that can sell you Doritos, go to this thing and do these things, and you don't think those things are
and no
whack
one ever criticized him. He's been able to
because
do
he's beloved.
hundreds of ads and literally be Snoop
Yes,
Dogg.
and no one says Snoop's a sellout. He can sell you whack shit. It's fine. You're entertained by it. It's Snoop.
I think we're all saying the same thing, are we? You just
No,
don't want to give him the credit
no.
as a rapper, right? But you're saying he's the most beloved.
I'm
You're
saying there's
he's
a
the
hype.
biggest.
To,
Those
there's
are the
a
same
hype.
thing.
No, the final point I'll say is there's a hype because we love Snoop and Snoop has been culturally disforced the last couple of years where he's turned this corner where everything he does seems to be gold and is beloved. And if he does a whack endorsement, no one cares. That Snoop Dogg, the biggest rapper ever, the most popular rapper ever, my mama knows, grandma knows, so that makes him the biggest in hip hop. And I don't think that makes him the biggest in hip hop. I think it makes him the most beloved in hip hop.
So what's the criteria to be the biggest in hip hop then?
It comes down to your actual thing as musicians of what you sold, your numbers, your metrics. That's
So
why
the
I got the
most
Jays
sold
and the
rapper?
Drakes, the records, the impact, reaching the people.
So Eminem's the biggest rapper in hip hop?
No, I think Jay's up there, and I would lean towards more Jay because of the cultural side. But their sales are comparable to that point, like I said, or Drake and Kendrick, the new breed. Drake, Kendrick, Cole, our list. But again, Snoop's not even in that top 10. And you never fought for him.
I don't have him in my grade.
Is he your top 10 greatest MCs? Or you don't do a whole 10? You do 3, but he's not in your top 3.
No, he's
but
not
he's
in my-
but he's bigger than all of them.
He's bigger than all of them.
How?
Because he's next to make Mickey Mouse and Coca-Cola and brand. What the fuck you talking about? It's fucking Snoop Dogg. Little kids.
And I love Snoop, man.
Little
We
kids
all love Snoop.
who are toddlers look and be like, that's Snoop Dogg. 60-year-old people like, that's Snoop Dogg. And everybody in between. It's Snoop Dogg is bigger than music. He's bigger than sales. He's bigger than tickets. He's bigger than records. He's bigger than MCing. He's bigger than all that.
There's no one more beloved. So you all hate the word beloved. You know what beloved means, right?
He means
You
it's
know, Mr. Mushroom.
love, but I don't think everybody
Be
loves.
loved.
Yeah, it means
Exceptionally.
widespread acceptance.
Exception.
Yeah. I don't think that
No
that's
one
true.
comes close
I don't
to
think
him.
that that's true. I don't think he's
Who's
beloved
more beloved?
he's
Who's more
beloved.
beloved? Let's say we had a beloved conversation. Who's more
Yeah,
beloved
nobody.
in hip hop than Snoop Dogg?
in hip hop.
Yes. That you could even say comes close. I guess LL Cool J?
No.
But that's not even the same
It
level.
would be Snoop.
He's both. He's the
both.
biggest and the most beloved.
Yeah.
How's he the biggest? You
No,
rap,
those are
you're
two
right
different-
off a top 15 rapper list right now, and
But
he's not
those-
in the collab conversation.
I think we're getting into a semantics debate because when we're talking about
So
greatest.
you don't have to be one of the top 10, top 15, or top 20 hip hop artists, but you can still be the biggest in
Yes.
hip hop.
Yeah, and I think
One more time for the comments. You have to even be top 10, 15, or top 20 hip hop artists of all time, which
he probably is. He's probably in that 20.
Jeremy, you did 15 the other day. And he
By
wasn't
what
15.
you just
Let's
said.
say top 10.
Travis Scott is bigger than everybody. He sold more tickets than everybody you just named.
Those are different categories. That's like almost like Jared's out here trying to sell the sell metrics to this person with brands, and they're successful. And how do we get this
I'm
marketing
talking about
thing?
tickets. Travis
Nah,
Scott
we're going
sold more
tickets
tickets
again.
than Taylor Swift. You having a ticket conversation. I'm not having a
You
ticket
are
conversation.
professional goalpost movers and shit. Like, what?
I'm not
That's too many
moving
rules.
nothing. I wasn't
I'm
even
just
talking
saying,
about sales.
I don't understand how you can say somebody
I wasn't talking about sales.
is not even a top 10 hip hop artist by whatever metrics you judge of success, the biggest, whatever. He doesn't come up in the conversations, but then you find an outside category to say he's not only in that conversation, he's bigger than all of them.
Yes.
Okay, well, how about this?
He
Snoop Dogg
triumphs
is the
above them all.
Snoop
is
Dogg
bigger
is
than
the
all.
biggest
Eminem,
person.
anybody.
He's
Drake.
bigger than all of them.
Biggest person
Yeah,
who's
Drake.
a rapper, but he is not necessarily the biggest rapper.
I love to hear what the comments have to
how's
say.
that? Biggest culturally in terms of like
He's the clearly
widespread
led
impact.
culture. Well, you're using culture for the word beloved. You're making culture this only good thing.
No, you're using the
No,
word
you're
beloved.
using, culture's a stronger word. We love culture. That's what Kendrick sells us, culture. But it's about he's beloved. It's all hip hop culture. And part of hip hop culture is being the baddest motherfucker on the mic and selling the most records. That's still what it is, whatever your metrics is, which also leads to hard tickets and selling out arenas. Sell the records, sell out the arenas, kill motherfuckers that want to battle you on the microphone and be that nigga. He doesn't come up in that conversation ever, an all-time category, when the argument can be made that he should be. But when it comes to the outside shit, you'll find a goalpost to say because he's popular, he's most beloved, he's bigger than all of them.
I'm saying,
I don't
I'm
see it.
saying, he's not even in the hip hop conversation. He's bigger than the hip hop.
No one's bigger than hip hop.
Snoop is bigger than hip hop.
Well, speaking of hip hop, what did you guys think of breaking? We had breaking in the Olympics, and then
I didn't even watch that.
now
shit.
it's no longer in the Olympics. It was a one and done.
Of course it was.
LA saw Australia breakdance, and they said enough. Whatever
Y'all don't
that
want
was,
that
I
smoke
don't
in
want
the
any
Olympics?
of that.
Y'all don't want to break this?
First of all, I tweeted that hip hop needs to embrace and celebrate the fact that breakdancing is a part of the Olympic Games.
Fire.
Because hip hop is one of the elements. Breaking is one of the elements of hip hop. However, I didn't see this white woman do that.
Before you
Before I
tweeted. This is post tweet that you saw this.
When I saw this white lady do this, I was like, you know what? Players fuck up. You know what I'm saying?
You took accountability.
Well, the thing is, like,
Who booked her? Who booked her? That's what I want to know.
And I thought maybe I could be in the Olympics.
Who
I
paid
said
her
if
fee?
Canada's got a team, I
Booked
saw
her.
this white lady do that. I said maybe.
Who were the ones
My
that didn't
dreams
make?
are
Who's the
still
ones that
alive.
didn't make
Yeah.
the team? What were they doing? What head spin was she doing that didn't make the team?
The
Yo.
runner-ups in Australia.
Yo.
What were the auditions? Can we do a deeper
Oh
dive?
my
I want to know
I
what they were
fuck with
doing.
Australia, bro. And bro, what in the entire fuck was that? I was like, yo,
That was crazy.
I didn't like. And,
Please take that down, please. It's egregious, as they say.
yo, that was crazy.
I didn't even see it. I can't watch that. I heard about it. I see the pictures. I can't watch the video.
But is the idea so? Ideally, the idea of breaking would be cool to have in the Olympics.
No,
but
no
that
one's
ruined
breaking now. It's all fake. It's bullshit, man. It's part of our origin, but we're embracing it now. It's come on.
So you wouldn't
We're
want
gonna do a beatbox
graffiti
a
competition?
beatbox competition next. They're gonna do the beatbox. Like
That'd be cool.
I mean, there are people that still pop lock and everything. Too.
I respect that. You brought the Tommy the Clown moment to the culture with the pull up.
That was not pop locking. That's dance.
I know I'm saying celebrating dance.
Yes.
Hip hop does not celebrate dance other than the little TikTok challenges.
Well, that's because
so to act like we're running around breakdancing still and act like it's disrespectful to me of the actual history. To me, I take it the other way. Like as much as I know it's part of our foundation and the culture, I get insulted by shit like that. It's triggering. I don't like that because if we're not doing it in the modern day that way, why are we acting like it's some sort of thing that should be on an Olympic stage when it's not even done culturally right? It's disgusting.
Well, I think dance should be celebrated more, but Sierra stopped putting out music for a while.
Damn, CC.
She's coming back.
I know.
CC,
She got the
CC
record
fucked it up.
with Bossman D-Lo,
Yeah.
but yeah.
She can really
She's
dance,
on the Latto album.
She's on the Latto album too.
though. Yeah.
Shout out
Shout out to
CC.
Sierra. Yeah. Well. All right. Well, I guess
can't wait to see what they think
we
about
don't-
Snoop Dogg.
We don't have to see it here. Okay, guys.
Doggy Dog World.
I do want to mention something about Kanye because I haven't seen any mainstream media outlets cover
Got to
it.
talk about Drake and Kanye every
No,
episode.
This is off the music. I don't like to stray off the music too often, but I will say the allegations coming out about what's going on with him are very disturbing. And this is from someone who's seen what Kanye has said and found some of that disturbing. But I do think, and I do not like the person who is making these allegations. I
Okay.
don't like this Milo guy.
Yep.
He is one of those guys. He said he's an ex-gay. He said he was gay and then went to a camp and transitioned and now he's magically straight, okay? This is the type of guy we're dealing with, far right. He worked for a far right publication. I don't like him, but I did.
He's done other heinous things too.
Yeah, he's done some
right?
crazy
Yeah.
things, okay? He's got a weird case. Why is he
He's got a
around?
lot- He might have a couple weird cases.
Couple weird cases. Why is he around?
Allegedly.
But what I will say is I did read through the 45-point affidavit so that you guys don't have
How many
to.
gigs was that?
It was at least 50 gigs. It was at least 50 gigs, okay? But what he is alleging right now is that Ye's dentist, a man by the name of Thomas Connolly, a Beverly Hills dentist, who's worked with people like Offset, Lil Yachty, Post Malone, and of course gave Kanye his titanium grills. He calls himself...
We knew when he saw the titanium grills, we didn't know something might be awry.
That's when we thought somebody should have said things are awry at this point. Okay, he calls himself the father of diamond dentistry, and New York Times said he is the man who creates $1 million smiles with diamonds. Now, he is being alleged as somebody who is getting Kanye hooked on nitrous oxide laughing gas and fueling an addiction to the point where he moved in to the apartment next door to Kanye, paid for by Ye allegedly, just to supply Kanye with nitrous oxide tanks. There was allegedly 4 tanks that they moved into Kanye's home just so that Kanye could have on-demand access to nitrous oxide. Now, what I will say is, rest in peace to my Zeta, my grandfather. He was a dentist. When I was a kid, I was probably 8 to 10 years old.
Wait,
okay?
slow down again. Your grandfather's actual dentist?
He's a dentist. Okay. He went back to school when he was like 35 with 4 kids, got his dentistry degree, became very successful. When I was about 8 years old, I tried laughing gas with my Zeta at the dentist office. Okay.
I believe that.
Now, what I'm saying is that 2 seconds of me having a psychedelic experience as an 8-year-old, rest in peace to my grandpa, was maybe the craziest psychedelic experience I've ever had. You felt like you're floating. To think of someone on that laughing gas consistently, there's no way that you could live a normal life. There's absolutely no way that you could be sane, conscious. And if this is true, which he's being alleged like of requesting millions of dollars, getting paid at least, it was a $61,000 transaction and a $270,000 transaction to this dentist. For what? We don't really know, but there is, and he did admit that the cases were in Kanye's home, but he said they were empty. All I'm saying is, Ye is a very outspoken person. We've seen him time and time again have no filter with what he says. I don't see why Kanye hasn't come out and say that this isn't true. And all I'm saying is prayers to Ye and the people around him. If this is true, I just don't want to be silent on it. I hope that something's being done because we saw what happened with Michael Jackson. And this is very similar. That's all I'm saying.
And also, this is why the lyrics are so bad, right?
And
Your
this
judgment?
could be.
How do you write bars if you're going through all this?
Thinking back to what I could not write a rap on nitrous oxide. That's all I'm saying.
I love how you brought your real life to it. That's the curveball to see. Maybe it's triggering you because of that, because you had your own bad laughing gas experience
a
at 8
great
years old.
laughing gas experience.
But here's my question. Again, this is all alleged. I don't know what the rules of whatever we can say here on the platform. So it's all alleged. But
This is alleged.
I get that he's saying all this, and let's say this is true. This guy's not in the mix anymore, right?
No, he
so
left
we don't
in
know
May.
what he's allegedly doing right now, or if he's kept up this lifestyle per se. So I guess that's kind of the green light to me. Like, my pause in that. It's just like, let's say all that's true. We don't know if he's beaten that addiction, if he did have that addiction, what's he doing right now. So then it still seems like the scrawny person that used to work with you at the end of the day, exposing you. You know, the question is he still in danger of, like, even if he's getting with another dentist, of having, like you said, the Michael Jackson thing, of these medical people giving him these drugs, and he's an addict, and it could lead to a terrible outcome. So it's interesting. But yeah, I wonder, like, is there a correlation? Maybe he doesn't want to speak about it because that's all in the past. He feels embarrassed. He's been exposed.
And it might be so
and he's not
outrageous
living that
he's
way
not
right
even-
now. He's got a new wife. Maybe he's not living the exact same way at that time that he was, but we don't know.
Yeah, and it could be like, you know, the messenger is not the messenger I would trust. So that already puts question on it.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's all kind of weird to me.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah. All right. Well, I just
Erratic
wanted to put it
behavior.
out there. I just wanted to put it out there.
Stay drug free, kids.
Okay.
Yeah, just say no.
Yeah,
Just say no. Nancy Reagan told you, man. Go back
I don't
and watch
know if
tape.
none of this shit is true.
Go
I
to
don't-
YouTube.
Yeah. But anyways, prayers for Ye. Speaking of bad bars, let's go to good bars for a second. I wanted to pose a question to you guys because last time there was a lot of debate about our list, but let's just put success aside. Let's put numbers aside. Let's put artistry aside. Who are your guys' best lyrical rappers, skill-wise, bar for bar, verse for verse, crafting?
Oh, I hate all that.
With the pen. Who's
skills
the best
I hate all that.
skilled rapper of
Don't
all
start
time?
with the skills competition. I hate that shit.
Why?
Because Black Thought's the king, and again, he's the biggest above everybody. And it's just like, well, who gives a fuck about that? That to me reminds me of like a skills competition. Like,
It is. It's like
you
who's
have
the best three-point
handle.
shooter. Yeah.
Like Joe Budden. Joe Budden can still out rap everybody. Like that doesn't make him
When
the
you say
greatest MC of all
everybody, what
time.
you mean?
I'm saying he comes from the school of that type of thing. The Royce 5'9". We know the guys that are the spitters, right? So then in all-time greatness, they may not have the stats. So you say, well, those guys are just great as these guys. Again, the guys with the stats, or the guys that are popular and America loves. It's just like, I look at that like a skill set. I don't judge that as like, you made the greatest records. It gives like, if I want to hear 16 and I know you're going to do a freestyle Ellie Leakers or something, you're going to smoke it every time. But there's a lot of the guys like that. We know the animals that are like that. There's the Lupes and the Black Thoughts and the Joe Buddens and the Royce 5'9" and all these type of guys. But King Los and all these guys, and it's just like, okay, great, they are. And that solidified their place in hip hop. What brings that as a modern topic? What was
Well,
said
I just
recently?
think because a lot of the conversation last time when we were doing lists, we were talking about success mattering. We were talking about
you
artistry
can hate Elliott
mattering.
all day. I don't put y'all niggas in my categories. I'm sorry, I'll clean it up. You can hate me all day. I don't put those guys in my categories. My categories, again, Elliott's not here to be beloved, and that's to me the beloved rappers, right? Lyrical Miracle, he's beloved. He's hit his bars. He's the best rapper. He's the best rapper. That's skills. That's beloved. I'm about data. I'm about stats, hard tickets, hard sales, microphone to tear you down in the bigger stage, not the smaller stage where you're Lyrical Miracle. So if we do my list, those guys will never be in my list that way.
Did
they make your list?
You want to name?
Which list? Who?
Is Black Thought number 4 on your list? Because
No.
he's the thing. So
I don't listen to none of them people.
But you've seen, you've had radio freestyles. You've seen.
No, I know
people.
who can rap, but I don't necessarily.
doesn't matter?
I don't actually care. I'm listening for songs. I go to, like Ellie was saying. I mean, I guess I agree with him. Like,
yeah, you can agree with me, Hed. It's okay, man.
when I
King, we can agree on something, King.
Let's go.
I'm
Mark the
not
time
a
code,
fool.
11:48 a.m. on Wednesday. Elliott and DJ Hed have agreed on the bigger picture.
Hey, King, we could be aligned, King. Two kings can align.
I'm going to say this. I think that the entire game should worry about a man from the Carolina. His name is Nick Grant.
Well, there you go. But and Razkaz walks around, he probably feels he's Nas, right? But how do you judge lyricals? Like,
I think
you don't judge it that way.
from
right?
a lyrical and MC standpoint, a lot of people in the game should worry about Nick Grant.
No, Nick Grant is dope.
Shout out to
That's
Nick
all.
Grant.
That's all I got.
Simba?
I think that when people
So can
go,
Nick Grant be the one that crashes that barrier of that? Or does he have to be a big guy who sells records to be in that conversation for you?
He said take away all of that, strip
gotcha.
everything away. When I strip everything away, and I'm just talking, but also when I agree with you, I go to certain platforms for mathematical irrational pterodactyl. You know what I'm saying? I go certain places.
That was
Those are
better than
skills.
Lyrical.
Those are skills. Yeah.
Yeah, I go certain places for that. When I want to hear songs, that's when I listen to the music.
I mean, even Steph Curry plays that now. Everybody's cool with saying like Steph Curry is the greatest 3-point shooter of all time, right?
Yeah.
It's nobody will dispute that. Well, think of how crazy a powerful statement that is. But then when it's like, who's the greatest players?
He doesn't get.
Don't put him in my top 5. Ooh, you said he's in the top 5. Like they don't know where to put him because he's such a skill-oriented player. Where it's like he's the master of this one thing we've never seen nobody do. Not that he's not good in other things, but that's my example.
No, it's a great example.
Where do you put Steph Curry in greatest basketball players of all time? I think it's going to be the debate forever because he doesn't check those intangibles. His most guided by is that actual skill, shooting.
And I think he does deserve
And
to be in that
a
combo.
sport where you have to score.
Yeah, yeah.
From the longest distance. It's just like, but then it's like, you can't ever say he's better than LeBron. That'd be blasphemous, right? It's crazy. And they're the big stars of that era. So
It's actually
it's
blasphemous to say he's better than Tim Duncan.
Exactly. A lot of guys.
Tim, shout out to Big Timmy.
Big Timmy.
Which I
Can I say one more last thing with greatness? So you
Yeah.
duck this topic every week, man.
I duck it.
We got to talk about my guy Quavo.
Oh, okay.
Before we get out of here.
Let's go.
Hey, Quavo's my guy, and I love him. I already probably pissed off Snoop Dogg. Yo, if I leave this thing with some beef with Snoop Dogg, I
What
might
you
have to
mean?
retire. You can't have beef with Snoop Dogg.
I
You
know
guys
you
kind of
can't.
backed me into a corner. We're
I
gonna see how
know
this
you
plays
got it.
out.
Back you in
Anyhow.
no corner.
You could have kept your
Again,
list and then just
fucking
said Snoop Dogg's big.
Snoop's the most
Pause.
beloved figure. I also have love for Quavo and Offset. Quavo in particular, just person-wise, got cool with him. There was a time where I was trying to do the live interview series Crown. Crown was
Yeah.
on hiatus. Migos at that time, especially led by Quavo, really wanted the Crown. They knew the tradition of it. So his desire to do that helped me get that brand back on the map, which I'm forever indebted to Quavo for that. And I think he's just a solid dude. And I'm also cool with Offset and was cool with Takeoff. And,
This is
and did a lot of
when
nigga
someone
shit.
bigs you up right before they
Yeah,
tear
you gotta
down.
gotta give
Yeah,
context. Give context.
It's a sandwich.
I don't love Quavo solo. I don't love Offset solo. I don't think it's there in the cards for them to
They
be
need
solo
Takeoff.
stars.
Rest in peace.
Yeah. I love the Migos. I think the Migos is the last great group. So when I see something like the Quavo Fly Away with Lenny Kravitz, it's just like I have this new thing where I say like the new caption I'm doing is like, damn, does this not look nuts to y'all? Like this is crazy to me. Does it look crazy to y'all? Like, and I get it. Like sonically, you said you like the record, and you can tell me why you like the record in a minute. I just don't like to see Quavo and getting into this thing where he's got to be a star and Offset's doing the Michael Jackson thing and be a star. It's like, again, maybe I'm on some DJ Head shit of like my hip hop wish shit, but I would like one more Migos album. I don't say it has to happen this year. Maybe it could happen next year. I would love to just see.
But we can't get it now.
No. I think there's some posthumous Takeoff verses. I think there's a way to do a Migos thing in tribute to him. And I think if Takeoff was here, I think he actually would want that to happen. Where it's like, if you remember, there was a falling out. We don't know technically what was there, but there was a fallout between Quavo and Offset. And they did the unconfused shit. So they ended on bad terms. So I would love a final piece that sort of puts their legacy in perspective. It doesn't have to be a long album, but like I think that at the end of the day, it's like I'd rather be honored more the Migos and what they did as the last great hip hop group. And I like to see that down the road. And I just don't like all these constant attempts of like this solo stardom where it's like your foundation is still that. So I guess that's just my little hip hop nerdy dream to have one final Migos album. I think there's a way to do it with class, just like they did the award tributes and stuff like that. And again, when I see this thing of like, it just seems like you're chasing this like big pop solo moment, and I just don't like it.
I love it.
You love that Fly Away.
You know what?
Pumping that hard?
Here's the thing. I think when we go in with expectations of something, it sometimes ruins it. I went into this with no expectations besides it's Lenny Kravitz. I love the original song. And you know what? He gave me the exact original song again. And I love the original song just as much when I heard it the second time. And what I will say is, Quavo, even though everyone's getting on him for that bar where he's like, let's get drunk, let's get high, he stayed on topic. He had multiple wing references, butterfly doors, angels, flying away. What more do you want
he was
from
on
Quavo
brand?
on this?
He was on brand?
Okay? And then sometimes you don't have to ruin a good thing. The hook was already good. Just give me the hook again. A new generation can now hear this Lenny Kravitz song. It's fun. It's going to be at the end credits of movies. CT and I were talking about this after. It plays at graduation. You know what I mean? Like, it's on the credits and everyone's dancing because everyone just got back together in the movie. I'm happy with it.
I wasn't mad at it. I was actually there was a Grammy event called the Black Music Honors, I believe it's called, and I actually saw him perform this when they did a Lenny Kravitz tribute, and I took a video of it because I was like, "Yo, this is kind of crazy," because it sounded cool, like it sounded good. You know what I mean? They were doing a Lenny Kravitz tribute, and Quavo was singing, and I was like, And then when the song came out, I was like, "Oh, okay, I get it." Like, but I'm pretty sure that moment is when it was like, oh, let's do this.
Oh, so they just kind of did it like...
I don't know for a fact, but if I had to guess, when Quavo did that, this was a year ago.
Oh, it's a while
this is a
back.
year
Okay,
ago.
got you.
We'll insert that video then.
Yeah. So
Oh, she think that inspired it.
I think, that video that I sent y'all, that video is from last year's Grammys.
Whoa.
So Quavo was singing the Lenny Kravitz tribute. They did a Lenny Kravitz tribute at the Black Music Honors, and it's like the biggest celebration for the Black music collective. It's the Black music collective within the Grammy board. And when he was doing that, I was like, damn, this kind of sounds cool. Like
You said crowd reaction was pretty good?
it was really well received.
People asked for this.
And so I think that was a year ago is when the moment was like, oh, Quavo probably, I don't know, but I'm just saying, I think that's when he decided to do this. Or him and Lenny got together, was like, hey, we should probably just do a thing or something. And that's what they came up with. Or Lenny was probably like, yo, you actually sound good doing my shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's up? Like, let's do something.
So I'm the only one that wants a Migos album. You guys see true solo success for
It's not that I don't
Quavo
want
or Offset?
It's not that I don't want a Migos album. I don't see it happening.
Yeah, that I more so don't. I think it's going to be tough to keep Takeoff's legacy intact, and I don't like posthumous albums, but I would love to see. I would have loved to have seen that.
Well, let's say Quavo and Offset just get together
I would
and
love
make
for
an
them to
album.
piece up. I'd love for them to piece up.
I think what was it, BET performance? Mm-hmm. I think the BET performance was a good send off. I don't think we're gonna. I don't think we're gonna get another moment.
Instead, we get Lenny and Quavo. What BPM is this?
Fucking
85. Civilizer 85er. Oh, God. Well, did they... Now, how slower is it than the original is the question.
Yeah, is it the exact same?
No, they slowed it down with the drums.
It's slow.
Oh, yeah.
So we're ending every episode with a BPM challenge.
so.
That's BPM challenge. And then Spotlight. Remember, no flowers. Woo.
Let's get high.
I don't want to hear this. Respectfully.
Stop it.
That way.
It's probably like you know already.
No, let me.
They might not even be on the internet yet.
Let me see.
That's hot off the presses.
It's
That joint is hot off the presses.
boom. It's probably like 90, 89.
Hold up. I
I'm
think.
be within 3.
Well, this is. I don't know if this is
It's not
confirmed,
accurate yet.
but
It's not accurate.
but there is a number that's much higher. I don't know if this is confirmed. You want to know?
That's
or
probably
you
the
want
original
another guess
song.
on-
Let me see.
That's probably the original song.
What you mean? Oh, it's producing double time, so it's 80.
Okay, so you're very close.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they double timed it up.
Yeah, a lot of producers produce their records in double time.
Wait, so is he right or wrong? What do we say?
No, I was wrong.
He was wrong, but we'll just cut it from the episode.
No, keep it in.
You
Wait,
think-
no, it's real.
You have to real.
What is a BPM though? Some people
So
do.
what- per minute.
That's a fair point to say the performance is the closure for Migos, right?
Yes.
So what do you do if you're Quavo and Offset? Because I don't necessarily, again, I think they're extremely talented, but I feel like they're collaborators, right? They need someone else to put. Offset's best record to me was the one with Don Toliver, right? Doing the hook thing. Like, so Do they eventually find solo success because they have the right features on their records? It's like I just don't necessarily like. Do they keep pursuing solo
You're
careers?
asking, can they be solo stars? Is what, like, really?
Yeah, hope I've proven that truly they haven't been able to be. Like even when they all put out solo records, even when the group was together, and none of them resonated. I think they've had their moments, but it's just interesting. Well, if the Migos is closure on that, is there the continual pursuit individually of them to try to be stars in their own right, like true solo stars, have solo success that's even comes close
So you
to
want
the
them to
level
just
of
stop
Migos.
if they're not doing Migos? You want them to stop doing
I didn't
music?
say that. I said
I don't understand what you want.
I'm asking you guys, do you think that they could pursue solo success?
They are pursuing. What do you mean if they could? They
succeed to actually
I think
succeed.
they are
to the level
succeeding.
that they think that they want. I don't think they each. If you ask them,
They haven't
individually,
reached it yet.
No.
I don't think they've reached what
They
they
haven't
would like
reached
to
it yet.
reach.
No.
So again, is that a smart pursuit? If you want
Yes.
an advisor, a manager, a friend,
Yes.
is that a smart pursuit?
Yes.
I would have them do as many features as they can because I think that's where they still see the most success. Offset and
That's what I'm saying,
Quavo
yes.
see great feature success, and to your point, I don't necessarily think either of them.
I don't
can
want them to
have
keep.
that
I guess
solo
what I'm
hit.
saying is, I don't want them to keep throwing out solo albums. I guess that's the point I'm trying to make. They
But I
can
don't
have
think
their
they should
presence in the
stop.
culture, like he said. They could be a part of hit records, jump on records, make a record, do a soundtrack record. Like, but to keep drawing, I don't want them to keep drawing albums out, trying to catch heat and have this like solo star moment per se. Because I don't necessarily foresee it. That's what I meant.
I mean, they're gonna do it anyway. So
Of course.
they might prove us wrong. All right, let's give some spotlight to what we just did 2 hours just about again.
It is.
So,
it? Well,
yeah,
This
yeah.
episode's gonna be long now.
Yeah,
That's why I need this rocket chair,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. Now you can lean back, give some
Jeremy, why
spotlight.
won't you let me go on vacation in summertime? Why I gotta work every week? You wanna let me go around vacation?
It's because we have so much momentum. We have so much. You know what I mean? We're heating up. We have people that wake up every Saturday for us. They got their coffee and hip hop. You know, we got to give it to them.
Get some final rocks in before my chair.
Do you want to start with the spotlight?
nope.
You don't care about nobody.
I do.
Ain't no love for nobody.
Oh, you just want Elliott. to
Yeah, I
start.
want you to start.
Okay.
Why do I always have to start? I have nothing. Oh, well, you got Are you doing Cash Go Bang? Because you was playing when you first came in.
Well, you want to go through that real quick?
Well, the problem remix.
Yeah,
No, I'm
so
just
there was how many, 10 rappers on it or something like that, 7 rappers on it, and it was sampled, and everyone kind of had the record like you said, and everybody had this verse or this sample for a long time and put their version on it, and then it seems like he put everybody together. It was almost the first posse cut that I can remember.
yeah, I
in a
love
while.
it. The old remix style. So yeah, I love Cash Go Bang. I'll give him my salute because his album's really about to drop finally. Y'all know I'm already a big fan, but I'm actually excited for y'all to hear the album because I have heard a little sneak peek of the album. And, you know, he always uses these weird samples and different things. And it's like there's a more wider range of the sonics that I think people are going to expect. So I'm excited for people to hear it. You know, I think the problem thing is a good lead into it, the remix. And I think it's going to be interesting to see, like, does he truly, like, you know, break through that market? Because right now I don't think the numbers match up to the impact he's culturally having, earlier to our theme. But it's going to be interesting to see if he could now take that next step and really, like, establish himself, like, not only just in the New York scene, but nationwide.
I just wish he would have taken that sample off at some point because I think everyone played so well to the sample and let it prop,
Yeah.
but no one was really rapping, no one was really rhyming anything. It was more so just letting the sample go. I wish for 2 verses at least in the middle they would have had that come down and people could actually like
To, like, the 5-minute mark.
yeah,
and
like
shit,
but it was dope. I do like it.
Yeah.
Flowers,
Spotlight.
Spotlight from the bigger picture. I want to spotlight Larry June. I think it's dope seeing
Good
what
job,
he's,
Larry.
Good job, Larry. Because I think he's a good blueprint for a lot of artists where he drops high consistency and all of them are quality projects, even though they may not be the biggest albums of the year. They might not spark a whole lot of conversation, but he feeds his fans in a way where he's really making a lot of money off these projects, it seems. He's touring, he's selling hard tickets, and I think it shows you that if you do have a hardcore fan base, you can continue to feed them and it's not watered down. They're not sick of it.
And DJ Hed, he's feeding them slow BPM songs, man. What is
Yeah,
his
those-
pocket? That's like 80? How slow
Yeah,
is that?
it is.
That's a slow pocket, right?
It's very slow, yeah.
He stays in that pocket, though.
I know. Trust me, I know.
You try to get him out of that sometimes? You try to stretch
I
it?
just would like him to do stuff with P-Lo.
Who's,
still
P-
keep
for people that know,
the
who's
West
P-Lo?
Coast.
P-Lo is a producer, rapper from the Bay. I would really
His stuff is way more up-tempo.
is yeah.
You Even for a couple of songs. So you think he's a BPM prisoner? He's steadfast on.
I don't know
This
if
is
he's
my
a
bop.
he make what he want to make. He make
Yeah.
I mean, that's his vibe. Like a lot of people relate him to Dom Kennedy.
Very chill. Laid
It's
back.
super
Yeah,
chill,
yeah.
laid back. It's not my jam, but you know, I know B-Dot loves him.
Yep. B-Dot discovered him in the pandemic.
He discovered him. That's crazy.
In a big pan. Yeah.
I wouldn't give B-Dot credit for discovering Larry June.
No, let's say connected to his music. That was during the pandemic.
Oh, you saying he found out about him during the
He first really connected
Oh,
to
yeah,
him,
you
and then
thought
became
he meant
a
found
big
out.
You mean
fan.
like, yeah, he was
And
walking through the
introduced
mall
him
and was like, hey,
No, no.
I'm Larry. Like,
He's
bro,
like
what?
oranges over
The
there.
connection of to the music, to the
Right.
culture, to the sonics. But yeah, shout out
I
Larry
also
June.
want to shout out. This song came on Discover Weekly, but it was Duckworth Grayscale.
Shout out to Duckworth.
Dope song. It's super dope song.
That's
So
West
that-
Coast.
Yeah, he from
Yeah.
here.
Okay.
I want to spotlight to actually D Smoke. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Shout out to my bro D Smoke. We got a song together that
Produced by DJ Head.
co-produced by DJ Head.
Okay.
That's coming shortly.
Co-produced. Who's the other producer?
D Smoke.
Oh, okay. Together.
So we got a song that's co-produced by us, and it's dropping. It's called Black Beethoven. It was supposed to drop last week. Something happened with the internals where they thought that we didn't have our affairs in order, and we did. And so
error on their part.
yes, but then you know, I want to send love to the Ferris family, D Smoke, Davion Ferris, and the homie Sir. They lost their mother. So I want to send love to them, and that's, you know, you'll get the record. I haven't pressed Smoke about the record. People have been hitting me about it, like, I thought you said the record because we talked about it.
Yeah.
The record, I haven't asked them about the record because they dealing with family issues. So salute to them.
Yeah.
Do you do the DJ thing where you play records you had your hand in? Do you enjoy that?
No,
You don't play your own records?
I do play them, but only if they slap. I don't really.
You're not doing that DJ Head set of records. you
Hell,
worked
no, I
on?
don't have enough records for that. I got like 3 records.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, that are like that I could play, but I don't. I play records that slap. I don't pander just because I'm involved.
Your record got to slap outside of you.
Or
before
I
you
pick
play,
the
yeah.
single. I don't. Nah.
Yeah.
If the record don't slap, it's whatever.
Well, if you picked the single and it didn't slap, you'd probably feel like.
Correct. I'm not picking nothing that don't slap. West Coast.
This show slaps.
This show slaps.
the bigger picture, baby. If you don't know about it yet,
Shout
tell
out
a
to Elliott
friend.
Wilson and his rocking chair. Shout out to Certified Cover
Got a
Boy.
point at the end. Look at the point. Crazy.
Oh my God,
All
bro.
day.
One more point.
right here.
Point
How
and
about to
shoot.
my far right? To my furthest right.
Point and shoot.
What is it with the point in
This
New
is
York?
Jeremy Heck. That's DJ Head. I'm Elliott Wilson.
Hey, shout out to the bigger picture family. Hey, we had people from South Africa in the chat last time. We had people from Australia in the chat.
Why are you there? I'm fucking with you.
Do we ask them for Should we ask them for potential topics or things they want to talk about?
Yeah, let us know next time what you want to hear. Top rated comment.
Because
About
I just
a
love talking
topic.
about Drake, so if we could just do that all day. If you want more Drake, just let me know. We'll talk
Well,
about
we
Drake
did a
little more.
poll. We covered the topics in order today.
Drake
about
was
what
still
they-
active.
Thank y'all for watching. Appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the chat.
Love to the
It's the chat. Now go in the stream right now, DJ Head. Get on your
Yeah.
stream.
West Coast.
The bigger picture. Woo.
Yeah.
That was really 2 hours?
Pretty close.
Damn.
Yeah.
I'm a long-winded motherfuckers at this point.
It's flying. I want to get away.
Oh, you like that? You really like that song. You don't even like fake like it. Like you really like it. Like you gonna bump it on the way home.
It's not for content. I listen to it when I'm here.
I respect it. Like Jeremy really liked the record.